everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Oh,
I know you might not recognize me. I know that for most of you, it's been a very long time
oh
since you've
boy.
seen me, approximately 10 minutes. But you know what, Tag? With your do friggin' push-ups, you need to let us know who that's supposed to be. Uh, there's you need to let me know. Um, there's, you're a monster. Oh my God.
Oh boy.
Dag,
Make them do
you
push-ups. Oh my God.
you're a
I think he
monster.
said everyone.
Oh damn. Oh damn. All that.
All right.
Well, I feel like that's a good segue
Oh
to.
boy.
Oh, and are they all for me? 100 push-ups for Kyle.
Oh, for
Wow.
Kyle.
Wow, Tag. Wow.
Just Kyle.
You are a monster. I will. Fine. You know what? Because I've got shit to do. So throughout the stream, I will in fact ask that you for the follow Cotton Candy Unicorn. I will in fact do all of these throughout the stream. I will be asking my players to please continue a scene while I go do some push-ups.
Push-ups.
Because you know, I don't know if you all know, but I'm about to give you tickets to the gun show. That's right. So yes, but first I would like to say welcome, welcome, welcome. And for those of you who don't know, we love it when the audience interacts with us, except for Tag, apparently. And you can interact with us too. We love, love, love audience participation. I'm a firm believer that every person that helps in the collaboration makes the collaboration better in some fabulous way. And thank you for the follow. I'm no damsel. I love when the audience jumps in and makes my life a little more difficult, or makes my players' lives a little more difficult, because it forces all of us to tell a better story. So,
Oh yeah.
thanks, Dag, you bastard. There's
Bastard.
there are a million ways that you can join in the storytelling here. One of them, as Dag has just shown you, is our channel points, which we call ally points, and you get them just by watching. It is delightful, and you can do things like give enemies disadvantage, or give the players advantage, or give them all kinds of fabulous stuff, including letting them know secrets about the world. And then, of course, we have everything else that you can do, including bits or subs. Any way that you help us move the stream forward, you get rewarded for. Especially raid, like any sort of hype trains that we do. There's all kinds of fabulous stuff that happens as we level up in hype trains. But our personal favorite, of course, is the Wheel of Chaos, where everybody gets to roll and you get random powers from different classes that you have to be very creative when you are using. But it is yet another storytelling technique. So please feel free to help us tell delightful stories. And with that, why don't we look over at Crow? Crow, let me know, what happened to you last week?
If the force is anything to go by, I got transformed from an orc into a dragon boy. I think that's like top of the tier of things that need to be discussed. But this came at the head of us fighting the last changeling from Non-Kent. We found them and killed them, even though they threatened to blow up the entire mountain if we did. But hey, we stopped them. They poisoned me, and we managed to get that poison cured.
Sort of.
Sort of.
Sort of.
I get, if you're immune to poison, poison can't kill you. So yeah.
We probably shouldn't mention the bit where we dismembered the person who was going to blow up the city, while she very much still was capable of doing that.
Yeah.
during the
Yeah.
after action
We
report.
should probably
That
keep
should
one
stay
down
between
low.
us, precisely how reckless we got at the end of
Yeah.
last session.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. There was a lot of craziness that was happening. And I get it. I
Yeah,
mean,
you know.
these infiltration spies, like they really messed with
ruthless.
you all. Like they did a lot of damage to you all throughout this campaign. So
Like
I get the anger.
They
I
threatened
do.
Granny. They all tried to assassinate her
Right.
multiple times.
Yeah. At the same party. Like
Yeah.
they just all kept trying to kill her. It was very rude, and we were very sad about it. It's true. Yes, insanity happened last week, and glorious things will happen this week, I'm sure, if our sponsors have anything to do with it. Let's talk about them. Hey, Phoenix Dice. We love you, Phoenix Dice.
Yeah.
We love Phoenix Dice because they make all of their dice from recycled materials, because they love the world we live in just as much as all the worlds we play in. So we give away Phoenix Dice every single stream. Yay!
Hey!
For all of our fabulous dice goblins out there. Please hit !raffle to enter to win a set of Phoenix Dice. And the lovely thing about Phoenix Dice is that when you win, it's not a specific set. It is anything on their whole website. You get to choose anything you want. Whatever fabulous dice. My personal favorite, and you will appreciate this, Bashir, is the gin set.
Ooh.
It is this gorgeous light blue with like gold flecks in gold lettering. Oh my God, it's beautiful.
That's
I love it.
pretty nifty.
It makes me so happy. And speaking of that, I would like to shout out the fact that Bashir participated in our very first Magnificent Mythologies, and the adventure that we wrote on that day is going to be published and available for purchase tomorrow. So
Be there or be
please
square.
watch the Twitters and all of that for the announcement, and go grab a copy of A Stormy Wedding tomorrow, which I am very excited about. It's going to be delightful. So I would also like to give a shout out to D&D Beyond and Hero Forge. Hero Forge, you see behind our players, all the fabulous little 3D models. Those are from Hero Forge. They are absolutely fabulous for creating and completing character portraiture in 3D that you can use on your streams, all of that good stuff, or getting actual 3D minis for your home tables. They are delightful. So please go support Hero Forge because we love them. And of course, D&D Beyond, who is amazing and allows us to actually play these games because I do not have the space in my brain to actually hold 70 books. So D&D Beyond does it for me. Yay! So with that, hey, Malik, what happened to you last week?
Let's see. So last week, I got roped into the entire assassination attempt on the party, having followed them to the chambers after coming across them in the aftermath of their previous adventures. There was the giant brawl in the council chambers. Things got a little crazy. We had a lot of animated. I keep forgetting what those constructs.
Oh
are
yeah,
called.
the Nimble Rod.
Nimble Rod.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
We had a bunch of them just kind of crawling out from underneath the giant table. The table animated and tried to kill us. I got crushed pretty aggressively throughout that entire thing, but survived until the changeling pulled its last trick and tried to poison Crow and blackmail the rest of us to get out of the area. But that didn't go great for it. The potion with Crow's antidote got smashed, but thanks to my incredible abilities of creation, I managed to recreate the flask around it with some minor additives.
Minor.
And that had some significant consequences for him.
Yeah, like, completely transforming me into a dragonborn.
Look, I'm not a doctor. This was
I never once claimed to be a doctor.
I'm not legally liable for malpractice.
but you aren't legally liable for impersonating a doctor?
Oh dear. Oh dear. Just to let all of the people in chat know, we here are not doctors and do not, in fact, give out medical advice. There's mixing poison in blood and feeding it to your friends is not something that you should do at home. So
Don't do anything we do at home, kids.
yeah, no.
It's bad
just
ideas
remembering
all the way
people.
down.
Yeah, playing with explosives, grinding dinosaurs into sausage. Like, it's just not. It's just not safe.
Don't mix blood and medicine together and take it.
No.
Either.
No, it's not.
Well,
good.
if you
It's
can
not good.
find a dinosaur to grind up, power to you.
Now, just fun fact for everyone at home: the human body cannot actually digest human blood. It's not a thing that we can do. So it's just real bad. It's real bad all around. But with that, hey, I'd like to shout out a couple more people. One, Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms. It's a fabulous mobile game that allows you to play, guess what? Champions of the Forgotten Realms that you love and have read about so many times. They're delightful. My personal favorite is, of course, Jarlaxle, because he has a gorgeous hat with a big purple feather in it, and that's what makes an adventurer. It's really what makes a hero, is a fabulous hat. If you don't have one, you should feel shame.
You're supposed to
Really.
at that point.
If you
Yeah,
don't have
like, it's
one, you are
unacceptable.
moments away from becoming the worst villain in the realms.
That's how you know. Like, that's how you identify the villains. It's no hat. So,
Straw doesn't wear a
but
hat.
if you
It's
use
Hawthorne.
the
Shh, we don't
fabulous
speak his name.
code, if you use the fabulous code that you can see on your screen, you can get a fabulous Electrum chest in game, which gives you all kinds of delightful goodies. So head over to Idle Champs of the Forgotten Realms and use that delightful code. In addition to that, I'd like to call out Souls Rolls, who is a fabulous member of the community and helps so many people deal with the stresses of daily life, business, and streaming as well. He's got all kinds of articles on how to avoid burnout and how to make sure that self-care is actually caring for yourself. So go over, talk to him, set up a half-an-hour appointment, and it will change your life. He is absolutely delightful. So hit soulsrolls.com because we love him. And hey, Ithul, what happened to you last week?
Well, I was mostly lost in my own thoughts, trying to process all the I was just enjoying myself, and then all of a sudden, I get stabbed, and I kind of rolled with it, and then now I'm still kind of lost in my confusion, trying to figure out what exactly we're gonna do. I did get a soul coin from that worthless worthless bastard, though. So I guess he can enjoy being that for the rest of eternity.
Yeah. No, that's a thing. You have your first soul coin. Isn't that fun? You're a
Just
monster.
Flicking it up and down like a quarter.
We did not, in fact, though, do a roll last week. The first roll of the week is going to be something interesting.
Oh yeah.
There is. And let's talk about our final sponsors. One, Gemmed Firefly is the merch for the Foundation for Inclusivity in Gaming. We love them. They create amazing products for so many people in the community, and they've been so supportive of the foundation. So we want to give a shout out. Please go hit up Gemmed Firefly, grab something gorgeous from them, especially a Fig t-shirt or a Fig mug. Very excited about those. And in addition, Realm Warp Media, who is the publisher for all of the books that we are creating with the Foundation for Inclusivity in Gaming. So they're going to be the ones that you can go to tomorrow and purchase a Stormy Wedding. Yay! So thank you to all our fabulous sponsors. And I would like to thank everybody for following. That is just glorious. And hey, Gorf, what happened to you last week?
I ripped out the throat of a terrorist.
Yes.
Have
That's
I
all that
ever-
matters.
A more straightforward recap.
Yeah, no,
And
that was okay.
I suplexed
good.
the table against the wall.
You did. Very big table.
A big table.
You know, that was a thing. It was a thing that happened to you. And it was a thing that happened to all of us, in fact. So thank you for throwing a giant table and shattering it to splinters on everyone. And now, hey, do you want to play some D&D? Maybe a little bit.
Just a little bit.
We'll do it.
Well,
Little bit. Chat, do you want to play some D&D? Chat? Anybody? No?
No, if
just
we
no.
gotta.
Just
I'm
pack it all
partial.
out.
No.
If there's
Just gonna hang
nothing
out.
better on.
Do you just want to? We could absolutely just hang out and do like coloring books if you want.
Ooh.
we could talk about. I mean, I'm always down for, you know, like talking astrophysics or
oh god.
you know, like just some delightful plate tectonics. Any of that, you know, absolutely.
Oof.
Yeah, do you not no, that's not no. You don't want to discuss any of that right now.
Yeah.
Well then I guess we gotta play some D&D.
The only option left, really.
So yay, let us set the scene. Our heroes, having learned of the plot to ignite the very volcano at the heart of Balland, chased, or didn't chase, were in fact tricked by the shape-changing spy, and following them to the empty council chambers, where they attempted to destroy our team, but they failed and lost their life in the process. Now, the heroes, knowing that the detonation could come at any moment, are racing down the mountain to find a way inside the mine that will allow them to disarm the bombs, stopping the volcanic eruption and saving hundreds of thousands of lives in the process. And beyond that, shifting the balance of power on the continent, as the Lich Queen Kilnassi's plans once again fall to dust. You race down the mountain knowing time is of the essence. Which of you leads?
Gorf has been like, they were looting stuff and Gorf just started sprinting.
With all of his key points at the time.
Yeah, Gorf is just, he's gone.
Absolutely.
He's flying.
Yeah, are you
I was just saying I'm definitely at the back because I grabbed the magic items and I'd sent the sending off to the council explaining like, hey, here's why the council room's a mess. We're off to save the city.
Sorry about that.
Right.
I'm like running. I'm like about 500 feet behind like Gorf, chasing after him, waggling my staff in the air. It's like, I was gonna teleport us in.
I would like to know, Gorf, can you hear
500
as
feet?
that happens?
That's gonna be a pretty high perception check. Hold on.
Yeah, I'm
gonna say like
give
25. Oh, it's 27! Holy shit!
Oh my god!
Okay.
You hear this? Behind you.
You should really grease that door.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, you should.
Gorf's just he's just gonna keep going. They can meet him there.
Okay.
I'll just look over to Crow. It's just like, well, I'm happy to be teleported.
All right. Are all three of you going to be teleported? Is that a thing that's going to happen?
On board?
Rose willing.
What's the criteria that you just have to be within sight with someone? Is there a
I
range?
believe you have to. Give me 1 second to just. Pop
Yeah,
it.
let me know. Let me know what's
Yeah.
going on over there.
Spells.
Because you could just teleport me. If you could see me, maybe. It'd be kinda funny.
Teleport and send to VTT.
Oh, dang. Okay.
Oh, so much words.
Oh my God, what did you do?
Many words.
What did you do? And me, I don't know how to read.
I don't know how to
So
read. Wait.
That's distressing.
8 willing creatures of your choice that you can see within range, and the range is 10 feet. You have to be within 10 feet of me.
No.
Oh.
He is way, way further than 10
I'll
feet.
teleport our same once we catch up with Gorf.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
If you all teleport without Gorf, it is going to take Gorf about 15 minutes to run down the mountain.
Oh my gosh.
Just so you know,
Is it that long?
about 15 minutes.
Okay.
What if you guys catch up with him?
All right, fine. I'll meet
Can
you
you?
guys there. Gorf, wake up!
There's no time!
Oh
No,
my God. You,
Oh.
Gorf, you absolutely you did hear like the I can teleport you thing.
Gorf, like, slows down, like, sees where they are, and is like, "Ugh," and then just starts running back to them. Just, like, he, like, skids through all the, okay, let's go, come on!
Right, got it. And immediately, just kind of like, Crow takes note point of everyone here. It's like, all right, cool. Describe the inside of that place to me, so I don't end up teleporting us into a wall. That'd be great.
You were in there, weren't you?
No, only Gorf
right.
and Athul were.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
I'd like
You
to
all
not
were
teleport
eating
us into a wall.
sausages. They give you a very good description of it.
Right.
You can absolutely
Athul
get
does.
there as
Athul
needed.
gives you a description. Gorf gives you an adequate description.
Yeah.
So let's get in there, guys.
Just flood
And
your
just,
brain
like,
with telepathic images.
Like as they run through his mind, just wordlessly he lifts the staff. You feel the like arcane energy building and swirling around us, and as it comes and crashes onto the pavement, there's like a brief flash as we are in that very same moment taken from outside of the mountain to within the mines themselves.
Fabulous. Now, the first thing we're going to do the first roll of the game is going to be a percentile dice from Ithul to see whether the gods are pissed off that you just created a soul coin.
It's fine, as long as it's not 1%, I'm fine.
Yeah, right now it's 1%. Let's see what you get. Okay, 60, you're fine. Okay, all right, you're fine there. Now, as you teleport into the mine, Malik, by the way, you should have a new token ready to go.
Okay, let's see.
So
there we
we'll
are.
give you-
Yes. I just
So
got
we'll
one.
give you the good token. The
Excellent.
good token.
Good token.
It is not appearing on the beat.
No, it's not. It's because there it is.
Oh, there
I
we
see
go.
it.
Excellent.
I
Yes.
see it.
That may have just
All
been a
right.
connection thing on my end.
You all appear in the same area of the mine. You see that you can see that some of the rock slide has been removed by the larger creatures like the Loxodons and the Minotaurs and the Bearfolk. But there is still a wall of rubble between you and the world outside. And you see all of the bombs. Right now you see only the one in front of you. but you know that there are others in this mine.
I will be right back. Give me just a moment.
Right.
Tell me, what are you gonna do?
So, by any chance, have any of you studied bomb defusal?
Like, there's most of you don't even know what a bomb is. These are super brand new things that were being developed just for this war. There's, oh my gosh, thank you for the raid, Mike Bones.
Hey!
Welcome.
Welcome to the party.
Welcome. There is, yes, for those of you who are just joining us right now, and thank you for the follow, Karu. We have recapped last week where a changeling convinced our heroes to follow them to a second location, which one should never do with changeling. They did end up defeating them, but not before they discovered that there was a bomb inside the mountain ready to force the volcanic eruption that would destroy an entire country. Our heroes have just teleported themselves back into the mine to try to save them. For those of you who are new to the channel, if you hit !raffle, you will be entered to win dice from Phoenix Dice. The fabulous thing about them is that you can pick any dice that you want on their entire website. Not a single particular kind. Anything you want. We love that. And there are a million ways to participate. If you'd like to help our fabulous heroes out, you can absolutely use your ally points, our channel points, to give them advantage on rolls or to give them little secrets, things like that. Or if you'd like to help us keep the lights on here, you can throw bits or subs, any of those things. And all of them you can see in the About section will do fabulous things for our adventurers. And now, back to the bombs. I'd like something with a little more intensity. You'll see why in just a moment, Lando.
Oh, God.
Now.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So what are you going to do?
Oh boy. Crow's gonna see if he can inspect the bomb, see if there's like a line, like a long wick of sorts he could just cut off. It's just like if I detach the thing that's gonna make it go boom, it can't go boom. Duh.
You see that there are, as you approach the first large cylinder, you see that there are all kinds of things going on with it. There seems to be some sort of tube that goes directly into the lava flow, doing something. You don't know which direction this pipe is moving. You see all kinds of reinforcements around this cylinder that you are not sure exactly what they do. And you see a light, a red light.
Uh-oh. Is it glowing perhaps? Just kind of
It
like a
is.
wall.
Look at you.
Yeah.
You realize that the red light is simply a ruby attached to the underside of this, glowing intently.
I look at the head of the needle that was shot into me. Does it look similar?
It does.
Oh. So I have good news and bad news. Good news, this is a ruby. Bad news, that's also a ruby. I have no idea what it does. We can sell it later once we defuse the bombs. I don't know how to defuse this.
Okay.
Well, there are a few possibilities. It could be magical detonation, in which case if we dispel or suppress it somehow, that should work. But it could also be a magical suppression on whatever's already going to go on in there, meaning that if we dispel or counterspell it, the entire thing will immediately explode. Or it could be largely mechanical, in which case any sort of counterspelling we do doesn't matter at all. and we need some sort of machining specialist. And I
only
have
Granny
no
was
idea
here.
which one of those it is.
So we gotta find a smart person here, beat him up, and make him tell us how to fix it.
That sounds like a perfect plan.
That would be lovely if any of us had the brains we were born with. Which I'm sorry to say, I definitely don't.
No,
Can
it's not
any
a
of you
thing.
see magic?
I can try to dispel magic, but I don't know if it'll have any effect on a machine like that.
Yeah, if you have detect magic to start off with, that would be very useful, because we could at least check if there's a point to using dispel magic, or have some idea whether or not we're going to kill all of us.
While
if we
I
cast
don't-
dispel magic.
Well, I don't have detect magic. I am quite adept in the arcane. I'm gonna immediately start looking around to see if there's like any arcane, like insignias or formations on any of the things that are make up this bomb.
So as you look around this, where are you? Are you just around this? So you're just around this one cylinder.
Yes.
Gorf is
Okay.
also gonna just like secure the immediate area and just be on the lookout for, while they're doing that, just make sure no one's gonna like sneak up on us or something.
Fabulous.
Alright.
As you are checking this out, you may make me an investigation check.
Oh, of course.
Let's see how you do. Can you hack it? Do you know
Oh,
what's
God.
going on?
Oh, that is a natural one. Wow.
Oh, wow, yeah. So as you investigate, you very clearly notice that like these symbols on your clicky thing, the symbols on the thing that you have, must mean exactly the same thing that you thought, that the red is danger and that the green is good and will diffuse it. Like that is, with your critical fail, that is absolutely your understanding of the situation.
Guys, this is so simple. I figured it out. It's like easy peasy lemon sauce. So,
Don't touch anything yet. There's still more looking to do.
well, I'm just saying, like it has a clear, like there's a green button, which obviously means that it's gonna stop it. There's the red button, which is detonate, and a white button that is just there for decoration. Duh.
That's great.
Why would there be a button there for decoration?
I don't know.
To make it pretty.
It's a red herring.
Can I try to investigate like the mechanisms of the bomb, see if there's like a mechanical solution? So
Yeah, absolutely.
full of explosives I could pull off or something.
You notice that there are
Oh, help
essentially three sections of this thing. You've got the main section, like the sort of main spherical area. Underneath it, there are several other like attachments, and then there is the tube that seems to be leading towards the lava chamber at the center of the mine.
Okay.
Which of those would you like to look at?
I would like to look at the tube.
At the tube. And what did you roll with your investigation check?
I have an 11.
An
Oh,
11.
no. Better
That's
than a 1.
great.
So good.
If anybody in chat would like to help them with that, please feel free to
We
throw
really
some
need the
advantage
help.
there.
We are going to get all of us killed.
Worst case scenario, the
absolutely.
entire
You're
mountain
gonna-
and everyone on it dies.
Yeah, just like 700,000 deaths. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
There's
All right.
with an
Disadvantage for you.
11. Oh, there we go. All right, so at that point you've got a 21. All right,
Yeah.
so
For my
as you
homeland.
look, you see that there is a green section of the pipe
Mm-hmm.
that seems to be closed right now. That is what you see there. And with a 21, you realize that whatever is in the sphere is supposed to travel through the pipe into the lava.
Okay. Good news, bad news. I'm pretty sure I get how this thing works in terms of how it's going to kill us if we fuck up. Namely, this green thing on the pipe opens, stuff flows from the sphere into the lava, volcano goes boom, everyone dies.
I see. So the
We're
green
dealing-
button opens the valve. It doesn't. Oh, yeah. I was completely. You know what? You're right. A good thing you stopped me from pressing that button. I was very certain that this was the right way to go.
You have to
Yeah,
remember, when it's color coordinated, you have to look at it from their perspective. Green is good for them, red
Yeah.
is bad for us.
Oh,
you know what?
very
I completely.
makes
Yeah,
There you
yeah,
go.
yeah. That's
the
it.
There you
good
go.
news
That's
is
important.
that
That's
means
important.
even if we fuck up diffusing, we may be able to seal the pipe to stop it from getting into the lava in the short term. The bad news is, and I kind of look around the inside of this volcano that we're in, that probably means it's going to spill up here around us, and there's good odds that it's either extremely bad for our health, or that it just kind of pours into the lava up north over there after a couple minutes anyways, because it's going to be a giant growing puddle of whatever's in the bomb.
Hey, Gorf, think you can crimp these pipes shut?
But probably.
Yes, as you would you like to try that? Tell me about that. Tell me what you're going to attempt here. I'd like to know. For
So
posterity.
yeah,
Don't,
okay.
not for me. For the chat.
Uh,
I want the chat to know.
If anyone has a better idea, I'm very
Yeah.
open.
so
But,
I'm
this is the
assuming
strongman.
the pipe is like it's like a couple feet in the air going to
Yeah.
the lava. Okay. Gorf is just going to at first. What metal's the pipe?
The
Gorf-
pipe
Gorf
seems to be made of brass.
Gorf is like, oh, where should I? Break it?
That's a good question.
Someone tell me. I don't want to screw this up.
Just
Point,
We'll
just
try and
point.
figure out
Point on the pipe.
the best point to cut the pipe
I'm
essentially
going to
off from the
point
rest
him
of it.
to the empty part, like the empty green part on the side of the valve farthest from the bomb, basically, because it's currently not flowing. That should mean it's relatively safe to crimp. In the worst case scenario, we've messed ourselves up if the valve opens.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
yeah.
Thank you for the follow, Coral Trickster. Now, how would you like to do it?
Gorf is gonna take out his mace and be like touch it, and be like, no. And then he's gonna put his mace away, and then he's gonna be like, he's gonna put his, almost put his mouth on it. No.
I was thinking use your hands, big guy.
Okay. Oh, okay.
And here's a little bit of love from Sune, Les.
All right, and so Gorf is just gonna take. He's gonna do like a wide stance, and he's gonna put both of his arms over each side of the pipe, and then he's just gonna take a deep breath, and just go, and just try to crush the pipe together with his freaking bare
Okay,
hands.
fabulous. What I need from you then is I need
Bare
a
hands.
strength check. That is what I'm going to need from you. Just a strength check. Let's see.
20.
Oh, damn. Okay. All right. You absolutely do. Now I'm going to need a dexterity check from you.
Okay.
Oh,
Less.
Okay, give me.
13.
Oh,
Shit.
no, that is not good enough.
13.
I'm gonna use
You,
inspiration.
you absolutely. Do you have inspiration right now?
I don't remember if Diraxis burned them all or. Oh no, I got one back for cool description. So, what do you use that?
You can't use Diraxis's
No.
inspiration.
I was
for
trying to figure out
Thor.
whether I burned all of Diraxis's or all of Dwarf's.
Yeah, no, he did get
I
one.
did. I
last
did burn
week
all
for a good
Gorf's.
Okay, all
But I
right,
got
that's
one back.
fine.
Yeah.
I'm like,
No,
I'm
no.
like, you don't
It's
get
like,
those.
wait a
No.
second,
You
those are
bastard. I'm
non-transferable.
like,
Oh,
no.
God.
Chat gave those to Diraxis, not to
That's
Gorf.
a 14.
If you make chat fall in love with Gorf as much as they love Diraxis, then you can have a victory.
It's a 14.
So yes, all right. So 14, it is still not enough. I'm so very sorry. As you crush this, you manage to avoid crushing the green section. So that seal is still there. But the lack of pressure from it and its connection to the lava pool creates a vacuum that sucks lava back up the tube. And you are going to be splashed with lava.
You know what? I'm fine with this. I'm
I
sure Gorf isn't, but I
You know
know
what?
this
I'm
is on
fine.
the acceptable level of consequences to me.
Right.
Oh my gosh!
I'm going to need you, Gorf, to roll me 3d10, please.
Ooh, never mind. Let's fight with
Yeah.
it. That's
Yeah.
kind of it.
Yeah, this is lava. This
21.
isn't like somebody throwing like a cup of hot water on you. This is actual lava that just splashed him right in the chest. 21 fire damage, sir.
Oh, and I
you're
wasn't
cooking.
raging, so I took all of that.
Oh God!
Oh, yes.
I'm
So it's like
going
roasted bear.
to use lay on hands and heal Gorf for have you lost health over that 21? Like we still have a bunch of damage from last
I
time.
was looking pretty much fine before that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll just heal you the 25, let's say.
Uh-huh. Fabulous. All right.
Ugh.
Who else would like to
Ugh.
try something?
There's this patch of fur on Gorf's chest that's just like it's gone. It's just like
Yeah.
pink.
you can smell burnt
Oh,
hair.
Well, it's not pink.
now.
It's red because
it is
Yeah.
unpleasant.
I kind of like stalk
Sorry
over and
about
go,
that, big
oh,
guy."
that looks rough,
I
buddy.
think that's
And
what happened.
just hover a hand over his upper chest. And like red gold light suffuses out to heal him.
the hair doesn't grow back, but the skin
Fabulous.
looks like it's normal now.
As you are doing this, as soon as the pipe gets crushed, you see the 4 smaller containers around the large central container start to shake, and they start to heat up. What are you gonna do?
Immediately, not just pulls out one of his the dragon tooth, throws it in the air, frost covers it, and out comes Glacia. I just point at the shaking, heating.
For everyone in chat, Glacia is one of his traits.
Yeah, Glacia's
Not the actual
I pull
Princess
out.
of Hell.
I pull out the Archcivil Glacia like a Pokemon.
Absolutely, yes, you do.
Glacia,
Perfect.
I choose you.
Oh my god.
And I have her send a blast of frost to try and cool down the irritated cylinders.
All right, well, they are on all 4 sides of this, so you could potentially hit 2 of them if you would like to.
Yep.
I'm going to rush one of the ones that Glacia didn't get. So who here has played Keep Talking and No One Explodes?
I have.
Hey! Yeah, I think I'm basically trying to improvise that, and that I'm going over this, yelling out what I'm seeing, and basically trying to figure out how to disconnect one of these orbs and pull it off with the rest of the bomb assembly.
Gorf is gonna try to blow on it really hard.
Gorf, I'm gonna need a Constitution saving throw from you, Gorf. That's what I'm gonna need. A 16. Okay, you make it. You didn't blow so hard that you hyperventilated and passed out. That's good. You may make me what kind of check would this be? You may we don't have like an appraisal check in 5e. I'm going to say you can make me. This is going to be just an intelligence check. Just make me a straight intelligence check to see if you can figure out what to do.
So rolling that now, as it is an ability check, I do get +2 for Jack of all trades.
Oh, Gorf has bless, so we might get a 9.
Oh, wow,
Yeah,
you might.
We got a 9. Gorf got a 9. So
good for you.
He barely doesn't know what's going on.
Malik, could I have an intelligence check from you, please?
Excellent. There will be +2 added to this because it is an ability check. So, and I have Jack of all trades, so that is a 17 rather than.
I just realized that Malik, you give us all pluses on our saves and stuff, right?
Yeah, I give
but not checks.
Everyone within 10 feet of me +5 to saving throws.
Okay, cool. That helps.
Yeah, that is. That means you have a very good Constitution save there, but you'd already.
You do.
That's a
which one of us?
14.
Bless is 3 targets, right? Which one of us doesn't have bless?
I don't.
I was gonna say myself. I was gonna give it to the rest of y'all.
Oh wow!
Fabulous.
Awesome.
All right.
All right.
So that's
cool.
a 19 on the intelligence check.
Good. So as you look at it, you see that there is underneath these things also is a pool of lava. It looks like these have been dug, like specifically pools, like the miners have been digging these pools to create a lava source underneath these larger things. And then that seems to ignite something in the smaller chambers, which then moves into the bigger chamber.
Because the pipe is busted, is it attached to the wall anymore?
Currently, it is not, but it is attached to the floor.
So I'm going to try and disconnect one of the smaller like pull it out of the assemblies that whatever's in it doesn't feed into the bigger
You definitely, with the 19, you also recognize the fact that since these things have now been ignited, the pressure is building up. Because the green valve is still closed.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
what's happening?
Let's see.
You see these connective areas.
Mm-hmm.
There are a few things that you could do. It looks like you could try to dismantle the mechanism that lights this thing from underneath.
Mm-hmm.
You could try to disconnect it from the larger thing, or you could just try to destroy it.
I'm going to try and disconnect it from the larger thing, since that should provide an alternate pressure release, which will suck for me this first time, but will hopefully mean it gets less bad as we go.
Yes. So as you do that, I'm going to need a sleight of hand. So this is just a mechanical check. So it's just going to be like unscrewing a few things. You can see where it's all connected. So it's going to be unscrewing things. Give me a little sleight of hand over there, if you wouldn't mind. You did very poorly.
Wait, I don't get the D4 on this because it's a skill check, right? So bless doesn't apply here. Yeah, this is going to be real bad for me.
So as you try to do this, you sort of forget for a moment that this thing is already heating up. I'm going to need you to give me a 1d8, please.
All right.
And you are going to take 5 fire damage as you try to do this with your bare hands. Which is why you failed the check. You got too close to this.
What are you trying to do, Malik?
Trying to unscrew these pipes, and guy points to the connectors. They are superheated, and it is going to suck the first time you unscrew one because they are pressurized. But
Okay, and Gorf is just gonna just rage, and he's gonna try to pick up the whole fucking thing.
Oh my god.
Just rip it out.
Just
Oh
rip
my
it out of the
God.
fucking ground.
All right. I am going. So first, where are you attempting to? Are you like just getting underneath the whole thing?
Yeah, just the whole thing.
Okay. Don't forget that there is a lava.
Yeah, if he
pool
has to
underneath
fucking-
it.
This is his country. This is his
Oh
home.
my god.
If he has to
Oh
dip
my
his
God.
hands in lava, he's gonna do it.
Oh my
Oh,
He's
god.
just screaming. Just
Okay. To help you out.
Yeah, absolutely. You may using telekinesis. You absolutely could give him advantage on this. Would anyone else like to now seeing Gorf attempting to literally rip the whole thing out of the ground? Would you like to help him? Would you like to stop him? What would you like to do?
I'll help him out. I'm going to I'm gonna cast Gust of Wind in order to try to move some of the fucking lava away so he doesn't immediately burn himself when he dips his hand underneath there.
so I'm going to give him Bardic Inspiration, because I feel like this deserves Bardic Inspiration. And I'm going to cast Aid, because I feel like we're all going to need the temporary HP. So I'm casting Aid as a 4th level spell.
Oh
We
my
all
god.
gain 15 temporary hit
Oh,
points.
damn.
Oh, that's
All
great.
right. Okay. Fabulous. Oh.
If only Gorf knew to dip his hands in water before sticking his hands in lava.
Right.
If only he knew that.
I will say that you can stand just outside the range of the lava because you have an ice drake spraying ice on that area. So that'll give you a little protection, and your friends are all helping. So now I'm going to need you to roll me. This I feel like is not just a strength check. This is going to be like an athletics check to actually get underneath there, find the right spot, and lift it up. And it's going to be a very high athletics check because you are trying to rip it away from all of the other things that are connected to the ground.
Yeah, alright.
So, yeah.
That's a
Oh my
crit, baby!
Let's fucking go!
Oh, yes!
Oh, nice!
Oh my god. All right.
Yes!
Gore, I need you to tell me, what do you do with this thing? You are absolutely going to take some damage from all the heat, but
yeah, of
what
course.
do you do with this thing once you have torn it away from the ground?
Oh, Gorf's like, he's like, oh, the tunnel, and he's gonna run and just throw it into the rock tunnel that collapsed. He's like, if it blows up, it'll blow up that. And then he just
All right, so
he
a
throws
few
it and then just runs and just dives because he assumes it's gonna blow the fuck up.
A few things happen.
Yeah.
First, as you tear this thing off of its base, the 4 parts that were its base, right? You see that inside there was what looks like a powder. Anybody can give me, who knows anything about stone or minerals or anything like that, you can give me either an intelligence or a history check to see, or a nature check, any one of those 3, to see if you know anything about what's in these. All right, you do not.
I did not
Oh,
expect
Azul,
Natural 20.
coming in.
Nice.
with
My
the
dad told me about
crit.
this.
Apparently,
father.
yeah, no, you've played with this before, Azul. You know what's going on here. It's magnesium, which, when exposed to the air, ignites and blows up. Apparently, it was an accelerant that they were going to be using. So, all 4 of these, the magnesium, when you heard them starting to rattle, what that was air, the chamber being opened and the air being brought in, igniting the magnesium. So all of them are there. And now with this new inrush of air and maybe a little splash of lava here and there, all 4 of those blow up. So I'm going to need, so Gorf, you're like down here, having thrown the tube.
Oh boy.
Welcome, Raiders. Thank you for the raid.
Yeah, oh my
Almighty
God.
Ursus.
Did we get another
Hey!
raid? Well, thank you, Almighty Ursus. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are disarming some bombs to try to stop them from detonating a volcano that will destroy a country.
Yeah,
Right
welcome
now
to
is what
high
we're
stakes,
doing.
keep talking and no one explodes.
Yeah.
None of
This
us
is
know
how
what we're
this- how
doing,
this
and we
goes.
didn't get the bomb manual.
We did not.
You don't have a guy on the outside.
No.
No one
it's
calling
not-
in
it's
and
just
telling
not
us which
there.
wire to cut. No, nothing like
It's
that.
not there. You've got
The only one
So-
who could have been doing that, we killed. So
Yep, absolutely. So as
is it?
you tear this whole thing up, it is an epic moment. You tear it off of its base and run away. And as you run away, all 4 of these little things explode in a 20-foot radius, which you just managed to escape. So it's literally you with a giant brass ball running, throwing it with this explosion happening behind you. As I am going to need each of the 3 of you. Well, first let's see what the damage is going to be.
oh god.
It is going to be. It's not huge because it's magnesium, so it's not like crazy. It's not lava. There is, but like eventually it'll roll for me. I know it will. I know you'll do this for me. Roll 20. Yeah, because you're great. Because you're great.
Come
Let's
on,
try it
roll 20.
again, maybe. Do I need to roll it again? Maybe it's just my computer. It's just not showing up. Is it
Nope.
showing up for anybody else?
No.
No.
What would you
no,
like to
no,
roll?
Okay.
Don't worry.
Okay. All right. I then am going to just do a dice roller online then. Hold on just
we
a
got
moment.
it. It came. It showed
Okay,
up.
good. So it just took a moment. There's roll 20. So 16.
All right.
So you each take 16 fire damage, and I am going to need a strength saving throw from each of you with a DC 21 to see if you get blown like
Does Gorp take any
20
extra
feet
damage?
back. No, you are literally just
Okay.
on the outside of this blast.
No, I
As
meant
you're
from
running.
like the lava that he basically dipped his hands into.
Oh, you will. You
Oh,
will.
okay, cool.
So,
and
How
remember
far am I
the-
flying?
Oh,
uh,
well, that's not gonna help you, Athul. But
all right, so
Crow
Athul, you
gets
actually,
+5 from being near me.
yeah, there's
Woo!
Athul. Okay, and
Wait, that's
Gorf-
magnesium attack!
Yeah.
It's a deck save, right?
No, it's a strength save.
Strength save. Got it.
So Athul, you only take an extra 2 damage for getting slammed up against the wall. Crow,
Ooh, that's 7.
Crow, you only get thrown like 5 feet, so you're only going to take the 1d6.
No
Let's
problem.
see. You take 5 damage because you got stopped abruptly on a very sharp wall over here. And Malik, please tell me how you managed not to get thrown against a wall.
I think
With
he
this.
sees what's happening and reflexively drops to like his one knee and covers himself with his wings, and it buffets off of him, but it's enough of a it breaks the force of the explosion enough that it doesn't actually throw him back out or throw him
Fabulous.
back into
Your wings are very singed right now.
the wall. Yeah. Well,
You got,
I
like,
can't use it
blackened
anyway, so.
feathers. So now there's the smell of burning hair and burning feathers. It's not pleasant in here right now. Gorf, you are going to take, because you did get the lava, so you are going to, you're going to take some more pretty hefty damage. So you're going to take another 9 fire damage. And as you throw this against the wall, it shatters. And out of it comes ash. There is now this cloud of ash that seems to be sort of moving on the wind within the mine. You now have 3 more bombs to defuse. Can you do it? You do start to hear a beeping sound.
I look to like my little like nubbin. Is it like going faster?
It is starting to go a little bit faster. Yes, it is.
I don't think the entire system enjoyed that at all.
I think it worked.
Yeah,
worked.
Yeah, it worked, but we do want a less destructive method for the next ones.
We'll workshop it when we get there. Where is the next one?
Let's keep moving.
All right. Please move your
Alright.
tokens to the next one that you're going to try to disarm.
Just be
Oh,
careful.
both went
it's
that way.
magnesium
Oh, are we splitting up?
inside those things.
Right? Like this, like split the party. Yeah.
The party.
I didn't even realize there was one up there.
Yeah.
All right. So tell me, what's the first thing you're gonna do?
Preemptive striking on this one. I'm gonna have Kilana pre-cool the cylinders.
That is a good plan.
If we keep the temperature regulated, perhaps we can prevent a violent exothermic reaction.
All right.
Did I
As
do
you-
bad on the other one?
No, you were awesome.
Oh,
You
okay,
stopped it from blowing up the
just-
cast like the entire
Just
mountain.
tell me what to do, and I'll do it.
So we want to stop air. We want to stop the magnesium from feeding into the rest of the thing, because that'll stop the reaction early. And we absolutely need to make sure that the resulting like slurry, if it does end up pouring in, doesn't get to a larger lava pool. So if it gets to that point, we are dealing with a big explosion that's going to be unpleasant
Yes.
for all of us, regardless.
Wait, so
Oh.
air is the problem?
Air is the problem.
That's all I need to know. And you just like see Crow for a moment go into himself as he taps into his connection to the heart of the sky. And around him, winds begin to swirl. Just point me at the air you need to not go nowhere, and I'll keep from going
It's
there.
inside the bomb. It is
Inside the bomb,
inside
got
the
it.
big thing in the bomb.
I'm gonna try
Yeah,
to
you
focus.
with your intelligence, Malik, you would have realized that they had created essentially vacuums in these 4 cylinders. So as soon as they're exposed, as soon as any of those smaller cylinders opens up, the vacuum sucks the air in, starting the reaction with the magnesium.
Makes
Morph
sense.
is trying really hard to understand. I think he kind of gets it. I mean, he got a 15.
He doesn't get it. He
He's
doesn't
like,
get it.
It's like,
Yeah.
air's bad, and
It's sometimes yes, sometimes it is.
it's weird.
So-
Okay, just tell me what to do. My head hurts.
All right,
Gorf takes 1 psychic damage from thinking too hard.
Oh,
All right, Gorf, buddy. When you do destroy a pipe, I'm going to be there to make sure air doesn't get into the pipe. Got it?
Yeah, so
yes.
now that we've got Crow on air duty,
I'm on air duty.
Here, I put you towards like the small pipes. Just destroy those, or pull those out while Crow is keeping air from going into them, so it doesn't start the reaction. And then,
Okay,
Pull
I'm
it
going
out.
to need so you are creating a vacuum right now around this cylinder. Is that what you are attempting to do?
Yes, to ensure that that the vacuum that's already there does not get disturbed, and then
Okay.
explode.
Fabulous. First thing I'm going to need from you is an Arcana check to see if you
Absolutely.
can maintain this kind of concentration necessary to alter the winds in this way, because of your planar touchstone.
Genie
So-
of the talents, give me your strength.
All right, let's see. Ooh, a
That's a
19.
19.
All right, you absolutely are.
You still have plus.
You as you do this, you are creating this vacuum right on top of a lava flow.
So
And you
up
start to
goes-
see the lava trying to fill the vacuum. Now it's very viscous and it's made of rock, so it's not necessarily going to go all the way up, but you can see things trying to fill this vacuum. The barrels that are around you, things like that, are starting to get sucked into the wind flow. And like little bits of debris are starting to form. Everybody, please give me. Right now, it's very gentle. Everybody, give me it's a 1. So everyone's gonna take 1 damage from like little rocks and like small tools being sort of sucked into this incredibly powerful whirlwind that is literally sucking all the air out of this space.
All right, guys. It looks like I'm gonna have to act really fast because this can go really bad really swiftly.
All right, Gorf, do your thing. Ithul, do you have any elemental, or what sort of magic do you have available?
Mostly psionics, but I could do a little bit of elemental.
Can you flood one of these chambers with water if we get a pipe open?
Unfortunately, I have no water magic.
Okay. I was really hoping one of us would.
Can you create water? I look to the man who's made many things.
Weirdly enough, I cannot create water, and I've used my create an object from nothing trick for the day.
Oh, wow, great.
I do have one more trick, but it is definitely a for emergency sort of thing.
I have an idea too, but I don't know how well it's going to turn out for me.
What's your idea?
I could try and take the whole contraption into the darkness inside myself.
That sounds incredibly safe.
Actually, it
Just kinda looks at you.
doesn't. It doesn't sound safe.
No, it doesn't. I'll do it if absolutely necessary.
Worst case scenarios. At least you have some like DEFCON 0 plans.
As you are all chatting about various options, you begin to see that like the debris in the wind is starting to slam up against the various pipes and the various cylinders. That there's just chunks of things going in various directions.
Okay, stop talking. Focus on wind.
Yeah. Got it. Maintains concentration.
Absolutely. What are you gonna do?
Sorry, above table, I actually don't know what you're asking, and I need to figure out whether Gorf knows what you're asking, depending on what you're actually asking me to do.
Oh, we're
About
actually
what?
gonna kind of smash stuff.
Do
just
like,
what you did
open up
before
these
again.
pipes.
Oh, just rip it. Just rip off the pipes.
Yeah, rip off the small pipes from the.
Okay. This one. Okay.
Yep.
And just rip it out.
Oh god.
Oh!
Which one are you aiming at?
I have no idea.
The small
Okay,
pipes.
I'm gonna
like
need you to
Whichever
know.
one they tell me to.
Containers. The pipes go taking the magnesium containers to the big bomb that are like around it. So just rip those pipes out in the vacuum so they don't ignite immediately. Then pull the container off and kind of get it somewhere else, because if there's only one of them, it won't explode as big. And then just kind of do that for the 4, so to disarm the bomb.
So that's gonna take 4 rounds.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mean to rain on anybody's parade, but that thing is not fitting through the tunnels that lead to this room.
Yeah.
We do
So,
have an entire
you've got-
like gubbins pool over there.
In the first round, Gorf, are you gonna try to do it?
Yep.
All right, cool. I'm going to need you to make me a strength check first.
All right.
And then tell me, what do you want to do with this once you have it in your hands?
That's a 26.
And what do you want to do with it once you have it in your hands?
What do I do with it?
Toss it as far away towards the entrance as you can.
Oh,
You just need to
there's-
not be near us.
Gorf is just gonna go to this entrance and just yeet it against this wall over here.
Okay, so in a few seconds, you grab it, rush it down that way, and you throw it. I would like you to make me a ranged attack with disadvantage because all this wind is in here. I just want to see, and you just need to get better than a 10.
A ranged
all-
attack?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you're aiming at this wall. I want to see if maybe you hit the wrong wall
Is
I
it
don't-
because
I
you're
don't-
distracted by
ranged
debris.
attack? Is it still a strength attack because it's a thrown weapon, like javelins?
No,
and
this
stuff?
is a dexterity thing to
Okay.
see if
Yeah.
he can actually hit like where he's aiming at, or
Well,
if he's
so-
there's a huge wind,
Yeah.
there's debris everywhere,
All right, so
all
it'll
kinds
be,
of stuff.
It'll be a dexterity check with a +4.
All right, gimme.
That's
All right, with a 16 you do.
Okay.
So as it
And-
flies down the hall, you watch as the magnesium lights and it blows up down the hall, not doing any damage to any of you. Good job. But you then hear the same click as all of the other canisters of magnesium open. Now,
I'm
mind
gonna
you, they are
grab one of the other ones.
okay.
So that
give
it's
me
going more
this
quickly.
is we'll say this is the same round. Give me a strength check.
All right.
And
I'll
what are you
attempt
going
to
to do
help
with
with
it?
telekinesis.
Same thing, just yeet it.
All right,
Okay.
fabulous. All right,
17?
with a 17,
Plus
you do not actually. Oh yeah, give me
21.
bless. Okay,
Okay.
with 21, you do manage to tear it off. Now give me that same dexterity check, please.
Oh, right. I am terrible at this bit.
Ah,
Hey,
Okay,
17 plus
all
4.
right,
Plus
yeah.
4 again.
all right,
And-
cool. So you managed to do it. It's a little clumsier than Gorf's is, but you managed to chuck it down the hallway as it blows up. With that, we are going to enter the next round where you're still holding this. The vacuum still holds, so the magnesium is not, but it's really starting to pick up a bunch of debris. So you are each going to take, as you stay in this little room, you're each going to take 2d8 damage.
Oh boy.
Okay.
So 10 damage to both of you, to everybody in the room. All right. Now, what would you like to do?
We have
Bonus
2
action, I'm
more.
going to use Word of Healing on myself.
Again?
I have 1 health.
Ah!
Oh no!
Healing word. Let's go with a second level
Yeah,
there.
you probably should have saved that lay on hands.
Yeah. Worf is usually
All right,
okay.
you get 10. You get 10 back. Fabulous. All right, tell me, Gorf, are you going to grab another one?
Yep. Now
All
that
right,
I know
give me
what
that
to
strength
do.
check. Strength
18
check. Oh, with a.
plus...
You have it. That's a strength save. Do you get advantage on strength checks?
Yep.
Okay. Can you give me a strength check
Oh,
instead
yeah.
of a strength save?
Yep.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay, yeah, no, absolutely. So this you just tear it
26.
right out. You just tear it right
Dwarf's
out.
mad.
Shoulder past a bunch of people. Now give me that same dexterity check as you've got the wind here and all the debris, all that kind of stuff. This one's going to be at disadvantage. Okay,
that's
so
an
it's an 11. It's still just enough. You managed to get it far enough away
yeah.
that the explosion doesn't hurt you. But that one was very close. That one was definitely close. And is anybody else going to do anything this round? Crow, you're busy.
I'm
You're busy,
concentrating.
Alec. Ethul, are you going to do anything?
I'm going to just throw some healing on myself. So I'm about as fucked up as my
right,
friend over there.
fabulous.
Yeah,
Everyone's trying to heal.
My action is going to be Healing Hands, because Word of Healing is a bonus action, so that I will heal additional 12, because I'm in a very bad place.
I love it.
I'm going to back away from this contraption a bit. 'Cause this might actually take me out if I'm not careful.
There we go. 6.
This might put the situation from bad to worse.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Oh.
You are now. You notice that the debris has severely dented the large pipe.
Uh-oh.
If you have another round of this debris flying around, it's going to shatter it. So, in this round, what would you like to do?
You might need to just drop the vacuum, and we hope we can disarm this last one.
Yeah. like seeing how banged up the big one is, Crow's just gonna like, thanks, Chalice, no more, and just dispel the winds. And like as it does, like all the debris that was like flying through the air just like falls back down to the ground. It's like it was like a hailstorm.
Gorf is gonna rip out the last one and hold it close to his chest and just face a wall and just like let it just explode. Just
Oh, damn.
Jumps on the frag grenade.
Okay, Gorf. As you do that, I'm going to need a couple of things from you. First, you are going
Can I
to take.
throw mage armor on him?
Not sadly. Wait. Oh, this is the next round. So yes, you could. It's a one action thing, right?
I don't
Yeah.
think.
Yeah. Okay, fabulous.
You know, again, technically, mage armor isn't going to. Isn't there a limit?
I don't know.
I
It's
need
just
you
the
to
only
calm-
thing I can do.
Okay.
I think you should calm the fuck down and
Okay.
let your friend help you.
No.
It's what you should do. So yes, you cast. What does it look like when you cast mage armor?
Usually when he casts it on himself at the beginning of the day, it just kind of looks like this thinly veiled aura-like bubble around himself that then like fades out of like vision. And for Gorf, he's just gonna put it on him. And since he's in his rage, I kind of imagine the aura taking on like a reddish hue before vanishing.
Fabulous. Because of that mage armor, you are going to get advantage on the check that I ask of you. Now, because this is exploding in your chest, you have no way of avoiding this, right?
Yeah,
So first you are going to take 3d8 fire damage, and then you're going to take 3d8 shrapnel damage.
That's fair.
Whenever Roll20 decides to do that for me. There's
Oh boy!
so you're going to take 17 total damage from this. Next, I am going to need you to roll me a strength saving throw with advantage.
Yep.
It's going to be very high to see whether or not you fly into the actual contraption and damage it.
So you
So
still
this
have
one's-
the.
this one's-
Sorry.
Yes.
I still have your aura and I still have bless. So.
You still
Well,
have
you're
the-
a little further than 10
I-
feet away
Yeah,
now.
I had to get out
Yeah.
so that I wouldn't
Yeah.
get
Okay,
the
gotcha.
shrapnel.
Right.
But
So
you
you
still
don't
have the
have the
motive
aura.
potential. So if you use that
Oh.
on the strength saving throw, you will gain temporary hit points based on what you
Ooh.
roll with the Bardic Inspiration D8.
Gotcha.
Look at that.
I could use the bardic inspiration after I see the roll, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So you are going to have to do a 23. That's the DC.
23, baby! Yes! Woo!
Oh my god. Why
Oh!
you keep doing that to me? It's rude. It's rude.
Oh.
You look like one of those sort of bouncy clowns where it like it's sort of like and then you step back up. You're just so to bounce you like knock
and
your
somebody
head a
gave a
little on
PC
the thing.
advantage.
Oh,
Nice.
thank God.
We'll hold on to that. We'll see.
We
There
will.
might be a
We will
desperate time
hold
that we
on
need
to
that.
it. Oh yeah, just wait. So you have
Thank you.
detached
Oh,
all
9-1.
4 of them. It is still attached to the cylinder. Is still attached to this pipe, and it is still standing atop a lava flow. But it seems to be sort of stabilized for now.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh.
It's still a
Ow.
bomb. It just doesn't have its payload. If I'm understanding this.
Do we
correctly.
need to do anything else with this one?
You might be understanding it. You might not be.
That depends on if I'm right or not. And if I'm wrong, you may be in a lot of trouble. But to give us some insurance, I'm going
Oh,
to.
Thank you for reminding me. I need to go do push-ups. So you guys discuss
Oh,
what
yeah.
you want to do with this. I'll be back in a
You got
minute.
100 push-ups you need to do.
So, I have a fun trick for the next, like, complete bomb. Namely, I'm going to try and animate it and have it waddle out of here.
That is gonna be great.
Fuck yes.
Just disarm itself and walk away for us. For this one, I think I'm gonna try and like maybe we cut the pipe and it should probably be fine as we move to the next bombs.
Yeah, there shouldn't be a vacuum on this part.
Yeah.
I hope not, at least. So, anyone have a set of impossibly large pipe cutters? No?
Okay.
I've got a magic glaive. That's
Oh,
like an
that's
impossibly
perfect.
large
That's the
pipe.
first. Yeah, that's the first 20.
Okay.
All right. Huh.
Yeah. So I'm going to try and cut the pipe in half, leading from what remains of the bomb to the lava, in the hope that that's enough to more or less disarm
On
whatever's
on
remaining.
which side? On which side of the green?
On the side closer to the lava. So I don't want what's in the bomb getting out. There'll probably be some lava splash, but that is a risk I'm willing to take.
Fabulous.
All right.
All right. Give me. I'm going to. How are you going to do that?
I've got a magic glaive.
All right. Then
What?
you may give me
Seems like that
an
would work.
attack. You can give me an attack roll, or you don't need to give me an attack roll. It is a stationary target. But I
right.
am going to need damage.
Wait, did it roll? No, it only rolled on beyond. I don't know why it does that for two-handed damage and not one-handed damage.
How
Oh,
was it?
because you're a monster.
Yeah, I see. It's 9.
Yeah, it's 9, but it will. Yeah. So
You
that's
do-
9, and then 2d6 fire, but it's a pipe. It might be immune.
Yeah, so the fire damage does not. It is
Yeah.
something that is used to transport lava.
Yeah, it is lava.
Yeah.
resistant. It's not gonna-
Oh yes, it's so vulnerable to lava. The thing that's
Oh,
in
So
lava.
with that, you see that you do you sort of slam it against and it sort of bounces off. Like you made a little dent.
Okay. But I do have extra attack. I can do that twice in a round. See if
Fabulous. Give me
a
some more
little better.
damage.
All right. I'm just gonna roll that directly in roll 20 here. 12.
I love it. 12. Okay. With that, you do manage to actually sever the pipe. Now give me that dexterity save.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of spit up.
15. Oh, with blast.
Oh,
Just a little bit of fiddle.
yeah.
16.
This-
16.
16. Yeah, sorry. So you just missed.
Ooh.
Do you want to use the advantage that was given though?
Yeah,
You
I will
still
use
have
the advantage that
Okay,
was given.
fabulous.
That is instead
Fabulous.
of 22.
All right.
Oh no, you used
Thank
blast. Never
you.
mind.
Thank you for that, Phantom. Saving the
thank you
life
so
of our
much for the
fabulous
advantage.
host over here. So you jump out of the way. Your glaive is long enough that you're able to avoid the splashback of the lava. And you now have this thing sitting atop the lava. You can see that it has fallen closer into the little lava pool below it. And you can see that the metal is starting to heat up. What would you like to do?
Can we move it?
Sure.
Or will that blow it up?
Who's gonna do it?
I have no idea, but I'll help you out. I get to one side and I start pushing.
So it looks like, and I don't want to just assume, but it looks like this narrow passageway is a little bit too small to fit this mechanism.
Yeah, let's not. These passageways that the things had to be gotten in there, so you can assume that these things can be gotten out. It'll be tight,
Okay.
but you can get them. You can get them through.
Okay, so Gorf's gonna be like, should I pick it up again?
Yes, that'd be great.
Alright,
It hopefully won't explode, so
Yeah.
it just kind of...
just everyone get back.
I
Steps
give the
back
man
and
Don't
his
use
uses
the
space.
tele-
telekinesis to help out.
Gorf's gonna just lift it and try to move it through this passage.
Well, that's the wrong way.
All right, you are actually going to need some help because it does get stuck a couple times. Like you can feel it scraping against the wall.
He's just like I feel like it's like
Trying to roll it.
Oh, I
Ugh.
actually
Try to
I can
finesse it
widen-
with telekinesis.
As we're going through, I'm actually gonna touch the wall and use mold earth to widen the space.
Nice. Absolutely.
Oh, in that case, Gorf's just gonna run with it. Be like,
Oh.
Absolutely, I love it. So, you get it. Where are you going to take it to?
The entrance again.
All
Everything
right.
goes to the entrance.
It seems like the least.
Sure.
Dangerous.
Yeah.
You get it to the entrance. What are you going to do? This thing starts beeping even faster.
Oh, Oh boy.
Everybody get back!
Next ones.
Gorf's gonna place it at the entrance and dive. He's gonna come here and
Nothing happens.
I'm just gonna run to the next set.
Fabulous.
I'm gonna follow Malik.
All right, we'll leave it there.
Yep.
So here's a fun one. I am going to use animating performance.
Ooh.
I am going to animate the bomb and ask it to disarm itself and walk away from the lava. Look, I get this is a stressful situation. You were literally made for this, but I'm going to politely ask you not to, and in deference to the hundreds of thousands of people,
Wait, they're
walk away.
alive?
Just put down the magnesium and walk away. No one has to get hurt here.
I need you to pop that up into the VTT for me, please.
Okay.
I just
my
need to
God,
see
this is
what that
great.
actually does.
Let's
If
see.
it gives it like intelligence
pop
or
it?
not, like what that like.
So it gets intelligence of 4, wisdom of 10, charisma of 6.
Oh
was as
my
smart as a dog.
God! Oh my! Wow! Okay, so, you. Oh my God! How big can this thing be?
It appears to be the
Large
set-
or smaller?
yeah.
Yeah, it'll work. It'll work on it. Okay. So what you actually managed to animate is the main canister plus all 4 of the smaller canisters underneath. Okay.
Mhm.
As you say, like, let go of the magnesium and get out of here. What happens? The first thing that happens is that it lets go of all the magnesium.
Oh
Oh
no!
no.
So the bottom of it just essentially opens up and it just sprays magnesium onto the floor. Okay. I would like everybody to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh boy!
I could have worded that better.
Away with words.
Ooh, a fool. All right, everybody better use. So saving throws, everybody, because they're near you, they all get a plus, right?
Yep.
plus 5.
Plus 5
plus
to
5,
everyone else.
okay.
For me, it's already factored in.
Ithul, so Ithul, I need you to roll your. Oh, you don't have the bless.
Get after
Malik,
myself.
your bless. Okay, so everybody but Ithul makes the dexterity saving throw. Essentially, each of you can throw yourselves 10 feet. Please move your tokens to show me where you have jumped.
I've jumped all the way out of the room. That's what happened to 22. I was literally the last one. They were just like, oh, what? Nope.
If
Go
I
back
didn't
to
see
my
this
safe
happening.
ball.
Like this.
It's like,
All right.
No.
Okay,
Tool
so
just ping pongs through the hallway.
Crow, you are not going to take any damage because you got out of the room completely. Gorf still left himself like a direct line of sight to this, so you are going to take some damage. You'll take half damage. And it's all 4 of the containers. It's all 4 of the canisters. So we are, and they were, it's pretty significant. So we're actually going to do, I think the easiest way to do this would be with D20s. So
Oh, boy.
36. So 36 damage. Ithul, are you still conscious?
He ping pongs through the hallway down, lands on the ground, sits up, smoldering. Did someone catch the number of that gigantic explosion? And passes out. I'm out.
So what I'm going to need is a second dexterity check from Malik.
Okay, so second dexterity save.
Yes, second dexterity save. And
Oh, no.
sadly, you have failed that. So you are going to take, you're not going to take any damage from the fire because you got around that corner there. But
But I too
You
take
are
damage from
going
a
to
tool.
yes, you take damage as a Thule
You take-
just rolls over you. 6
Yeah,
damage.
you take 6
from
Thule
Thule.
damage.
Tool damage. Tentacle tsunami.
A Thule damage is the worst kind of damage.
Tentacle tsunami, that's right.
Oh.
So yes, Athul is now on the ground, smoldering and unconscious.
Oh boy.
This thing, when this explosion happened, it ripped it literally like shoved this whole thing up and ripped the pipe open. And so as this thing falls back down to the ground, as it is trying to it's taken a lot of damage too. And as it's sort of trying to like struggle to like get closer to the entrance, you see all of this ash start pouring out of the pipe. This one is considered to be disarmed though. Tell me, what are you gonna do now? The beeping light is beeping very fast now.
We got all the bombs. Why is this thing still beeping?
One more bomb! Okay.
You guys, stay in
wait.
this room! And Gorf's just gonna run over, and he's just gonna lift it up and just let it detonate outside of the lava.
So let's see. Bonus action. So I'm healing Ithul, so Ithul isn't dying. That's just gonna be
Okay.
a D4 plus 5 for Ithul. Let's grab
That
that.
is-
And then
Thanks, buddy.
5th level aid for everyone, because I feel like we need. Or does it cap out at 20? No, yeah, it is. 5th level aid for everyone.
Wait, 5th
so-
level? What level is everyone? That's are we
We're
9th and 9th?
no,
Oh, no, we're 6th
we're
and
6th and
6th.
6th.
No, wait,
Okay.
yeah, sorry. That's just a D. Yeah. Beyond thinks I have it because it handles Gestalt weirdly. Yeah, that's gonna be
Okay,
4th level again then. Okay.
Okay. Fabulous.
So that's 15 temp HP for everyone. Yeah,
Fabulous.
no, just beyond handles Gestalt, like Gestalt as if you just have 12 levels, so it's
Right.
keeps telling me I have a 5th level spell slot when I definitely don't.
It's
I
lies.
don't think
Nice,
I ever rolled
nice,
new
I
You
tell
in
you.
fact,
new
you in
levels.
fact
now
don't
that I
have
think
any
about it.
4th level spell slots either.
Oh!
But we will skip
okay.
over that for now. We will.
I have enough 3rd level spell slots to soak it, so that's going to be 10 temporary hit points for everyone.
Nice.
Okay, and
Delightful.
I am going to need to handle the D&D Beyond stuff after session. Because I completely forgot it's lying to me because of Gestalt.
Yeah, it is. It's full of lies and deceit. We still love you, D&D Beyond.
Yeah.
But
Please
please,
add a Gestalt function for your system.
please make a
Right.
please make a stall. Thank you.
So yeah, we
Came
got
up
that,
as-
and I'm gonna move here so I still have cover, but I'm close enough to help in case Gorf's thing goes horribly wrong.
God, all right. What are you trying to do
Ignore
over
these
there,
rolls.
Gorf?
I'm just doing these retroactively.
Gorf is just going to rip it off and just keep it from doing its thing, but he's just gonna let it detonate, like in his
Just-
arms.
Whoa, Jesus.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, okay,
Alright.
so to clarify, he's gonna rip it out, but he's not gonna run all the way to the entrance.
Yeah.
And if it just detonates, he's aware of that, but he's gonna. No, he's not just gonna let it sit in his arms and detonate.
But like, you're trying to like slam it down here somewhere.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
basically,
But
yeah.
again,
Away
But
from the lava
If
flow.
it explodes, it explodes.
exactly.
All right, so you're aiming down here to get it down there. I will allow you to get it to like this narrow part of
That's
the
fine.
passage. There's
And
so
and Gorf is gonna prioritize moving it safely rather than just trying to throw it.
okay.
So
It's still only going to take a round,
Yeah.
so that's fine. But let's talk about what happens during this round. So the first thing is you are going to take lava damage for sticking your hands in lava. So it's only 5 lava damage. You are going to pick it up. You hear as you tear it away from the wall.
I like how
you
you're not even
realize-
making me roll. It's just like,
Yeah.
yeah, he does
No.
it. It's fine.
Yeah. There's as you've rolled consistently that you can literally just sort of tear these things out and it's fine. like for the last hour and a half. So yes, you're just doing this. There's as you do this, as you realize that every time you damage one of these things, that's when the actual things pop open with the magnesium in them. It is a fail-safe to ensure that even if this thing is removed, it'll still pop off. So
He just wants to get away from the lava.
yeah, you rip it up, you take the fire damage from the lava. You hear all of the different things, all of the 4 compartments with magnesium all open up at the same time. As you tear it away from the wall, destroying the pipe that held it to the wall, you will. I'm going to need a dexterity saving throw at disadvantage to see if you get splashed with lava again. You're
Oh,
just
boy.
like you're a lava bear now.
So I'm gonna
Being
take.
cooked alive.
It's gonna be at regular because I have advantage on dex saves. I can see. That's a crit!
Oh damn!
Gorf is
okay.
a monster right now.
So
Yes.
you just
For the homeland!
you rip it up, you tear this thing open, you like slam it against the wall to like stop the lava from hitting you, and then you run down as far as you can get. And what happens is all of the magnesium canisters explode. Doing that save, you will not get a save because you're still holding this thing.
Yeah, of course.
So let's see in a moment, as I don't know why Roll20 is taking a very long time for me today, but this explosion happens, and you watch as even more ash begins to pour out of one of these guys. It's quite interesting. I'm still waiting. Sorry, everybody. We are still waiting on Roll20.
You know, Roll20 didn't get his coffee this morning.
Roll right, apparently. There we go. Now it gets rolled. You take 41 fire damage.
Oh boy.
Oh.
So
Gorf
that's
used
the
those
fire
owl
damage.
capabilities yet?
And you're going to take 14 shrapnel damage.
Oof.
How are you looking, Gorf? Because I feel like Gorf is sort of singed, but still okay.
Yeah, no, I mean he's like, he's got
He's
some scrapes and some cuts
Yeah.
and some bruises, but
I will kill you one of these days.
fine.
You will go down. You will go
I've gone down a couple
down
times. He's gone down a couple times.
Yeah.
with your ridiculousness.
Yeah,
There's
he's a damage sponge.
So you hear at the front though, we're almost there. Get it done. Get it out of there. And you hear the
shit.
rock wall at the front crumble. And then you hear the tearing of metal. And you realize that the final canister has just been ruptured. As your rescuers start like coming into the mine, there's your rescuers. Into the
Guys,
mine.
no, you're
Tell me-
fucking us.
What would you like to do? What would you like to do?
Gorf is so far away. you can't even
we've all
hear.
heard the explosion, but we didn't see that Gorf walked away from that, right? So Malik like walks
You're
over,
also
Yeah,
he was
no,
a brave
it's-
man. He died for. Oh wait, he's alive.
yeah.
Gorf's
You
alive!
also haven't been partying with Gorf that much. You kind of don't really realize how sturdy he actually is.
Yeah. It's like
So what I'm going to need from all of you is I'm going to need you each to describe one of the explosions that Gorf just walked away from while I go do more push-ups.
So immediately,
Cool people
you
don't
have
look at
like the
explosions.
burst of lava when he rips this thing away from the pipe and the lava pool. Get this enormous gout of molten rock beginning to fill that chamber. As he just kind of strides through it and moves past with the bomb in hand. Who wants the next one?
I'll get to the next one. Gorf, immediately wrenching it out from the lava pool, hooks it over one shoulder, looks around, and immediately full steams ahead at the entrance, chucks it, dives back thinking it's gonna explode, only to see the explosion happen in front of him as a bunch of magnesium canisters erupt.
Yes. Yes. That
Okay.
is Savage.
All right. Now, let's see. Huh. What are y'all
Kyle,
gonna do now?
what's your push-up count at?
40. I've
40?
made it through
Okay.
40, but I've only got 60 more to go.
Ethul got push-ups from chat, but yeah, I'm.
Working on it.
Chat has decided on very literal suffering for all of us today.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
I mean, I already only died, but hey, sure, I'll do push-ups.
So let's see. There's like this mysterious ash that's been
Ah.
spilling from the last two
Oh,
weeks,
man.
right? Where we were less careful
Yeah,
about
the
where
last
we erupted
couple of minutes.
it.
And you may each make me a perception check.
All right.
Oh, no.
We're gonna do it at a disadvantage because he just has like detonated his face.
Nah.
Well, that would have been a crit, but that's
Oh, wow.
25.
Crow.
I'm just putting out the smoldering embers in my hair.
Crow is the only one to notice that the ash seems to be sort of like coalescing in various places. It seems like it's all sort of starting to come together.
I don't think we're done, guys.
That was the last bomb.
No, but look, and I like point at a amount of ash as it's like
So it's all
swirling and
floating.
building
Yeah, it's
itself
floating
back
in
up.
the air, and suddenly you start seeing interesting patterns in it as it's sort of coming together, and it still seems to be just floating in the air. It could be just random, but these structures are too well formed for it just to be random.
It's just the wind.
And you see, if you follow these flows, you see that they are starting to coalesce near the entrance of the mine.
I immediately rushed toward the entrance. Guys, something's happening. Follow me.
I'm
Alright.
going to follow him, and once I notice the flows, I'm going to basically like open up my backpack and try to get some of the ash in. So there's at least a little less coalescing. Really wish I had a bag of holding right now, but wait.
Just
You can't quite, every time you try to grab any of the ash, it just seems to just very, like on a gentle airflow, it just seems to sort of just, you can't, sort of like when you're trying to like grab something in the water, like a little thing in the water, every time you try to touch it, it sort of slips away.
I was trying to catch like one of those little fuzzy plant things, whatever those are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's evasive. It's definitely faster than I am. Ooh.
It is faster than you are.
When I get to the entrance, do I like see any of the fuzz doing anything, like the ashes, like where they're trying to get to exactly? Like
No, they
nucleus.
just seem to, there seems to be a couple of different spots throughout the room where ash is sort of coalescing in the air and just getting a little closer to itself.
I do see the miners trying to get inside, though.
They have already gotten through, and
Oh.
they're now sort of climbing over the rubble.
Wait, no, stop! Well, we're not entirely sure what's happening right now. The bombs are diffused or destroyed. But yeah, for your own safety.
Yeah, we're good. Just give us a couple minutes. Thank you, though. You guys did good work. And Gork gives him a thumbs up.
And they're like, okay, all right, okay. They're very good. They're standing at like right at the entrance. They're all like, what are they talking about? What's going on?
Is
I
anyone
will
a
be-
magical explosives expert?
You see people looking at you, and like a couple of minotaurs actually do raise their hands, like, we've been developing this technology.
Do you know what that is? And I point at the ash.
And they look and they're like, no, what the hell is that?
All right, then maybe you should leave.
We should give this a wide berth. It's congregating in here, and we don't know why.
Yeah, as people continue to sort of check things out, anybody who wants to may make me either you have to be proficient in it, but either a history, an arcana, or a nature check.
Nature.
I've got
13 Arcana.
I love
Gorf.
so much that whenever I roll something that's like, not really Gorf's thing, I get terrible rolls.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
then when I get
Absolutely.
it's like, oh, I'm proficient in nature. Oh, fine. Okay, yep. I should just
You
it's not a
absolutely
roll.
That's a 24 nature roll.
You know that this is a weed monster. That this is the smoke of illegal weed that has just gotten angry at people and is now starting to coalesce in this mind. That's what's happening here, Gorf.
I feel like Valencia is a little bit more,
Yeah. You know that
progressive
for sure.
to have
With your
illegal, but
with your crit fail.
it's a monster! Everybody run! And you just like run to the entrance and just like start like pushing people out of the way. Get out! It's dangerous!
Goddamn Crow with your nature. Like, you've had amazing checks today.
Yeah,
Crow.
it's been great.
You know that you start piecing together really what is going on here. You may choose right now to either warn your friends or explain to them what's happening. One of the two.
Warn
and then
my
I will
friends.
let you know what's happening. Okay.
Warn my friends.
Everyone, you have been warned by Crow to get out of this room.
All right. And then
Where would you like to go?
Get me anything? Does the
Gorf?
21 on history get me anything?
Gorf
No?
is
The
already
21 sadly does not. It was a 20. It was like, this was a really high one. It was 23. So Crow's the only one that got it.
Okay, so I'm gonna get out of the room and go over here and yell, "Listen to Crow! Everyone out!"
Everyone out of here! Take the nearest exits!
All right. Where are you? Where everybody? So you are on the other side, Gorf, and you're gonna stay there.
Gorf is afraid of the weed monster and is trying to get everyone out of the mouth of the cave. And just like he's like yelling at people. He's like, if you don't leave now, I'm gonna make sure you never can go to the meat shop again. He's just like threatening people with like anything you can think of to try to get him to go away. He's here. Let's see how he's probably not very convinced.
I was gonna ask you to do a persuasion check earlier, yes, but let's see.
Persuasion
Let's
or
see.
intimidation?
Persuasion.
They're the same. Okay. 6.
You are not. Everyone's like, shut up, Gorf. We all know, like, we'll listen to Goru because he's your older brother. You're the younger brother.
No, that's not true. That's not true.
You're the little brother. It's fine.
I'm not soft boy. I'm not.
I'm not soft boy.
But your fur is
Crow.
incredibly soft.
You have put it together, finally, what these people were gonna do. You yell to all of your friends, "Oh, shit! That's how they were gonna blow up the mountain. The only thing that starts reforming out of ash is a fucking phoenix."
Oh, fuck!
You see a phoenix, the ash seems to pull itself together and explode in a fiery maelstrom. You suddenly realize that the birth of a phoenix is one of the most powerful volcanic and fiery events that can happen. You watch as everything in the room with the phoenix gets pulverized to dust. And if that had happened inside the actual lava, it would have set off the entire volcano.
Oh, and they'd separated the ashes into the different pipes in the bomb so that it wouldn't reform ahead of time.
Yep. So
Clever.
you have stopped the volcano from exploding, but
We have an
you
entire
still
Phoenix
got
to
a
fight!
Phoenix that you have to deal with somehow. And
Time to tame a phoenix,
Someone wants to
everybody.
donate for some short rests for the party. That would be real
Right,
nice. We've
that'd
got- we have exploded a lot over the
Yeah.
past 3 hours.
Oh gosh, that's actually
In particular.
yeah, they might need a little something there. They might need a little help. Just a little bit of
I
help.
have like 1 spell slot left, guys.
Nothing
Oh.
for you. You all are terrible, and everybody in chat hates you. That's right. No, they love you. They
Hold on,
think
real
you're
quick. I got
fabulous.
push-ups. Somebody do push-ups.
Oh damn. Okay.
Speaking of push-ups,
All right. I'll go do my push-ups too. You guys talk about your plan, about what you're gonna do. I'll be right back.
as I see the Phoenix manifest in the other room, I look across the way to Athul and Malik. All right, guys, I had a plan, but then I realized that I spent it all getting us in here. I cannot banish that thing. I used all of my power with the staff to get us in here. Any takers?
I'm gonna be
Malik!
honest, I'm running on drags. I have
great!
burned most of my power keeping us alive over the past
Damn it!
bomb detonation run. I can try and talk it down, but I don't give us great odds on a fight with this thing.
Hey Athul, you know how you said you could totally take a bomb into your darkness? What about a Phoenix?
I could certainly try.
Okay.
Oh boy!
Okay. All right. Okay, here we go. They're getting a little harder.
I do kind of want to bend this into my win, though. I want to train it.
I want to dress
Oh,
the
Lord.
Phoenix.
Oh Lord. Okay.
Got to catch them all.
Gotta catch them all.
You do. You do. This just became a Pokemon stream.
So the good news is I took about a semester and a half of primordial when I was studying, so I
Perfect.
might
I
be
love
able to talk to it. The bad news is it's probably real pissed off right now.
Right. It is. Well, it just got born.
It's just a baby.
So it doesn't really know what's going on.
Yeah,
It definitely knows that it is in a small enclosed space, which it does not like.
we can guide it out. I speak primordial too.
Okay.
All right.
So we're gonna try and talk this out.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
Hopefully, it doesn't kill us all.
Bunch of Pokemon
Gorf,
emojis.
Gorf is going to I don't know if I can only cast this as a ritual, or I use a spell slot, but I have speak with animals.
Ah.
No, you can cast that with a spell slot.
Okay.
Oh wait, you have spell slots, right?
Yeah,
You
I multiclass ranger. I have a couple. I have
Yeah, then you should be able to use it.
a sprinkling.
The ritual is just there so you don't have to use a spell slot.
Gotcha. Okay.
That's right.
All right, so I'm gonna use a first level spell slot. And you speak with animals. Be like, "Hey, little baby phoenix, how are you?"
As you step forward, first, what are you trying to do?
You're pretty. He's trying to. Okay, so Gorf is just trying to make it so it doesn't harm people. That's his probably first and only goal, at least right now. He
Soothe
doesn't
it
like
like a stray animal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I'm loving the swarm of Pokemon emojis.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh. So, as you are
High quality
attempting
as hell,
to
too.
speak to them, I would like to know what you're attempting to do with this bird, with this giant. Well, it's not really a bird. You know, Phoenix is in the lore enough that you know that this is not actually a bird. This is, in fact, an elder elemental.
Gorf, I feel like would not know that. Gorf just thinks
Okay,
it's
great.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure Gorf knows what a phoenix is. He just is like, "Ooh, it's a pretty bird." Actually, let me see if he knows what a phoenix is. Hold on one sec. He does not know what a phoenix is.
Oh, that's a natural one.
So
Pretty colors.
it's true. Any role that I take that's not completely within Gorf's character is always 4. And
Yeah,
it's
just terrible.
It's like,
Is
Just
this
terrible.
what a cardinal looks like?
are you a robin?
The mysterious volcano red jay.
Yes,
Heard of that?
Volcano
they are.
red
They
Well,
are
Very
yeah,
very
rare. Very
rare.
rare.
Do you want to go play outside?
I feel like he's got like a concussion at this point. That's why.
No, very easily has
Several, yes.
Yeah, just straight
Like,
up Gorf concussion.
That's straight up a hematoma at this point.
Oh my god. Yes.
Phoenix? Like, crow speaking in
So
primordial
you're
at this
attempting.
point.
So right now you are attempting to get the Phoenix to leave.
Yeah, we're trying to calm
Yeah.
it down and just have it know that the outside is literally right in front of it, and it can just go there.
Well, like,
And it'll
we
be
can
free.
go there as we get everyone out. There's a situation none of us want to be in, but we can all get out okay. You're
Yeah,
gonna
there's
be an unpleasant
probably-
few minutes, but
There's probably like 20 to 30 people that you can count like directly outside the mine that this Phoenix would just be flying right through.
yeah.
There's-
Yeah. Gorf, can you get everyone away from the just away from the entrance to the mine? We need a clear straight line out of here.
And like
Oh.
when Gorf's doing that, I'm just gonna be calming down the Phoenix.
I'm going to need you to make me a. This is not an animal. It is not an
Persuasion?
animal. So an animal handling check would not work. Yes, we can do a persuasion.
Okay.
I can do persuasion. That's
I will help you do persuasion. You both speak primordial.
yeah.
Yeah, tag team.
Hey, I speak primordial too.
Oh wow!
26. All right.
Awesome.
This is what
Very nice.
Teamwork.
So tell me, what are you going to say? What do you say?
Hey, look, we're all in a bad situation here. We know you were like forcibly reborn by the forces of like this Lich Queen who's arranged all of this, but the people here aren't involved with that and are like innocent of that and are trying to help, and they would have been hurt. Like we're going to get you out of here fine. We just need a couple of minutes to clear that tunnel so that there's a safe path for you to get out through.
Everything is okay. Everything's calm.
Is Colada still here?
Colada is, but like she is like behind me at this point, just
Okay.
like hiding
So
herself
Colada-
from
so-
the fiery thing.
Okay, so you've got Colada.
Oh,
the
not Colada.
lightning.
Wait, my mistake. Not Colada. Glass with one.
You've
of
got
them.
glass, yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
so you've got your ice drake out. The elemental just sort of stares at you, and you realize that the elemental does not understand any languages at all,
It's a baby.
because
Great.
because
Oh.
it is a true elemental. It is an
Ah.
elder elemental, and therefore only has the desire to be fire and free, and to move and to dance and to fly. But it is very curious about Glacia. It, as a fire elemental, doesn't really understand ice. So it is moving closer and closer.
I look and I see that it's attention on Glacia. We can use this.
Thank you for the sub, Steven. For Stan?
Ooh, yes,
Yeah.
thank you.
Thank you.
And so,
And Steve, because you subbed, you get to give one of our players a legendary resistance.
hey.
So, hi, Serum. So pick which character you'd like to give that legendary resistance to. Now, what are you going to do with this now giant phoenix blocking your way out,
Hey,
trying to
Glacia.
get to Glacia?
Would you like to be a deer and just, I know, just a little bit like, you just do like a little dance for me, just keep its interest. I'm gonna like have Glacia kind of like fly around me and like try to like keep its interest while Gorf clears away, so that later I can just have Glacia beeline it through the door and hopefully the bees will go after her.
You absolutely can. Are you all just gonna stand there while this
And
happens?
as long as it seems to be working.
Gorf is trying to give
So
people
you
clear
said
still.
that Glacia is behind you.
Yeah, but once I like see that its attention is on Glacia, I'll just ask her like to do a little dance and like fly around me to keep the attention of the phoenix.
Okay. You definitely see them dance around the phoenix as Glacia is like moving around you. It will enter the phoenix's space. Would you like that to happen?
No, I don't. I will back
Okay.
up actually, so she can do that safely.
Okay, fabulous. So,
I'm gonna
is
back
everybody
up.
else gonna back up?
Yeah, I'm just gonna back up there so I'm
I'll
not between
put a
the
little
Phoenix
dash
and
space.
the thing
Sure.
it's interested in. That feels like a
So-
poor life decision.
As Glacia is sort of bounding around, you see the phoenix just take a step up towards her.
All right.
And the first thing that's going to happen is that Glacia, because she's now in the phoenix's space, is going to take a little bit of damage. It's going to take 8 fire damage.
Okay, she still has some more health left. Let me just
And
reduce
then-
that from her.
And you're going to see that like the ice sort of puts a little bit of the phoenix's wing out, and it's just like, oh, and you see the phoenix just sort of bend down and just tap her with her beak, just to sort of see what's going on. Like they would tap like a little nut on the ground. And
It's almost adorable.
Yeah, let's see. And she'll take another 13 fire damage.
Okay, not a problem. Minus 13. All right, she's still here.
Is Glacia going to stay in that area, or is she going to move?
Yeah, no, she's gonna move to. Can she get around? Like, going to the Phoenix is absolutely going to murder her.
Well, she's already taken the damage. She's already taken the damage for this round, so she can continue to move through the Phoenix.
Oh yeah, so yeah, I'm going to have her move to go like to the inside of the chamber, so that she has an opportunity to, when able, to get the hell out and take the Phoenix with her.
And you see the Phoenix sort of walk back up to her a little bit, just
I'm just gonna
still
put
very curious,
Glacia.
very curious about this thing.
Yeah. And, like the whole entire time, like yelling back past the Phoenix, Gorf, do we have a passage?
Yeah,
Gorf-
so
Gorf's
Gorf,
been
what have
tried.
you done? What have you done?
Gorf just like has started resorting to like the most stubborn people. He's like picking up and putting over his shoulder, and like physically moving them, or like any small creature just like picking them up and like moving them out, like,
But I'm gonna say there are 20 people outside, and each round, if you have to move them physically, you can move 5 creatures total.
Well, it depends on. I mean, I don't know how convinced.
Well, what have you tried to do? Because you haven't convinced me of anything, because you haven't told me anything, except that you are going to move them around physically.
It's like, we're in danger. Look at that. It's dangerous.
It's dangerous.
Oh my god!
Look how much I've been burned.
When you say that and they smell the burnt hair, that point, they're like, oh, now they're not looking at the phoenix anymore. Now they're looking at you like, oh.
Do you want this? My chest is naked right now.
Oh no!
It's gonna take me weeks to grow this back.
Yeah, you see like bare nipple, and like Gorf is very like self-conscious.
It's
about
very
it.
pale skin that's never seen sunlight.
Yeah. So thin.
There's you may, because you point out how burnt you are, you can do a persuasion check with advantage to try to convince people.
Have
to
you
get
guys
out of the way.
actually seen animals with no hair? Bears look
Yes.
hilarious. So
They look
funny.
so ridiculous. Yeah.
16.
Damn. Okay. I will say that with a 16, like a quarter of them actually got out of the way, but other people are way too curious. So a total of 10 people have been moved in this round. There's still 10 people in the way. So we're going to move on to the next round, unless you two would like to do anything else.
As long as the phoenix seems satiated and not physically attacking things, I will wait.
Yeah, it's just it seems very curious about this little creature in front of it that is made of something that's never seen before.
So is it taking up this entire like 20 by 20 square?
Yes,
here?
it is.
Okay.
It is in fact a gargantuan
So
creature.
once there's room to get around it, I've got some stuff. But until then, no, I hope trying to not
All
escalate
right.
this.
Then we are going to start with the Phoenix, who is then going to poke Glacia again with their little beak. Gonna just go boop. Well, let's see. Let's see if they can. What happens
touch,
here?
please. Just a very gentle touch is what I need.
Yeah. Let's just
Let's
see.
wait for roll 20 to hopefully
see.
give us a gentle.
Oh, it's
That's not
only
gentle!
15. It's only that was actually pretty gentle on their part. Like
That's like 2 points to not gentle as
yeah.
as Glacio just dissipates, like dissipates back into a talon.
You see this puff of like snow just blows up in the Phoenix's face, and you see the Phoenix just go and just sneeze at this thing. It's now confused. It's now a little confused. It doesn't know where this thing went. Gorf, what would you like to do?
What percentage of people have actually moved already? You said
10 people left.
Half of them.
10 people left. What kinds of creatures are they that are still there?
It is a mix of
okay.
the various inhabitants of Balin.
And
so
they're
all
like
the different
they're like in the front of the
yeah, they're
cave.
trying to see what's going on. These are spectators.
Bunch of freaking rubberneckers. All right. Let's see. Gorf. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Gorf is going to pull out a rope from his pack, and he's gonna cast rope trick, and just start. Is it? Sorry, I've never used rope trick. Is it the portal's like in the air?
Yeah. It
can
goes
be anywhere
directly
you
up and it just
All right, I'm gonna put it in the ground, and Gorf is just gonna start pushing the people into the rope trick.
Oh
Just,
my God.
It's like, hey, you're not listening. You just like start shoving him into the hole.
Absolutely, you are. I'm gonna need you to make me in that
Or if I
situation.
get arrested.
I will need. Okay, on this I'm
He's
gonna
trying
need.
not to
I'm gonna
insult
need a
people,
total.
but-
I'm gonna need a total of because it'll be 10. It would be 10 dexterity checks to grab people and 10 strength checks to chuck them up into the air, into this thing. So what I would like from you with 10 dexterity checks, what's your bonus?
For dexterity
Is 3. Okay, so it's automatically you're gonna get 30.
it has to be in the air.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay,
Because
okay.
the rope becomes like a magical ladder.
Gotcha.
to
Okay.
it. There is so you've got 30. So what I will say is that you I'm gonna say roll me a percentile dice.
Okay.
Okay. And for every 10 that you get, and you can add your 30 to it. For every 10 that you get, one of the people gets into you grab that many people. Okay.
Okay,
So we don't have to roll 10 times.
Solid.
So 86. So 8 people. There are still 2 people that you couldn't grab. Now I'm gonna need you to give me. You grabbed 8 of them. What's your strength bonus?
5.
5. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna say roll me a percentile.
Okay.
Roll me 2 percentiles, and you are going to have to get to 180 total, including the 50.
Okay.
That's
So you got
171.
171.
So you need 10.
171. So you managed to get 7 people into the air. You still have one.
Do I get blessed?
Does
one of blessed do anything?
Oh my
no,
God!
I'm down. I went down, so
Yeah,
blessed.
yeah,
Oh, okay, yeah, that's
fine.
fine.
There's one of them, like, you thought you angled them right, and like somebody else like had their elbow out or something like that, and just sort of like knocked him off course. So there's just 3 people left outside.
What's 3 casualties? It was listen, compared to what it could have been, what's 3?
It's fine. It's fine.
Hopefully they'll run for it now that they see how serious this issue is, but
Right.
Hopefully.
All right. And would anyone else like to do anything?
I'm just going to scream, "Clear the tunnel!"
Oh. You may give me a persuasion check with advantage
Okay.
on this to convince people to do so.
Do you want to get burned into ash?
23!
23. The final 3 people do suddenly realize that there is an issue here.
Like, one of them's like a grandma with like a walker. And
Absolutely.
The reason
the
Gorf...
grandma with the walker is the one that you tried to throw.
Yeah,
and
he did
didn't
her
quite
last
make it.
because he was really hoping she would move off on her own, but when she didn't, he's like, ugh.
Yeah, like no, because her son-in-law, who they really have a contentious relationship. Her son-in-law got tossed first, because they were on their way to the market.
Yeah, and her son-in-law married a barefoot, and she's actually a tabaxi.
So when he saw this mother-in-law coming up into this rope trick, just sort of put his hands out, and she didn't quite make it.
You're just like, nope.
Yeah. So
yeah, she's never liked him.
It's very sad. Yeah, no, they've always hated each other. Yeah. It's been real bad for a long time. Well, I'm glad that family drama is being resolved.
Resolved?
It's
you can't
okay.
hit you can't hit your mother-in-law if your mother-in-law doesn't exist.
All right, fabulous. What would you all like to do now that it has been cleared?
Seeing that we need a new distraction, I'm going to burn my final spell slot to cast Dragon's Breath on myself and choose ice. And then start blasting ice all over the place and running as I do, just like, look, frost! Aren't I interesting?
Oh my
Gorf is convinced. Gorf is gonna take a couple steps in and look at you.
No, not you!
Okay, as Gorf steps in, you go running out the door after sort of blasting the room with ice, and you just see this phoenix just sort of, it is so curious about this, and you watch as it sort of goes up to some of the walls and sort of just starts playing. You see it, you realize that it is a true elemental because it's not like it brushes a wing. It's literally just flame just sort of sweeps over in the shape of a wing, but it's true. It's just flame, and it starts following you out. Gorf, because you are in the entranceway, you are going to take a little bit of damage. Let's see, Gorf. It's only a little 2 damage. The Phoenix is much more interested in the ice. And Crow,
Hi.
as you are hanging out, doing the things with your ice breath, let's see what your AC is.
Not.
It's not 28. Your
Not
AC is not
28.
28.
Mm-mm.
Oh, so the Phoenix just grabs you
Ah!
in one of its talons as you are spraying ice, and you watch it just sort of playing with the ice, like it's just sort of like melting it and playing with it, and it's just having a great time with it. Unfortunately, it does do some damage to you as it picks you up. 17 fire damage
I'm still up.
to you. There is.
Is it in the tunnel now or through the tunnel now?
It is outside. It is
Excellent.
outside, and it has started flying because it likes to fly.
I'm going to follow them out. I'm going to cast Healing Word to try and keep Crow alive. And I'm going to yell, "End the spell!"
Dumbass!
If you're not cool.
Are your clothes flammable, Crow?
I'm wearing like leather, like a single kind of like. Oh no, my fur shawl is gonna be destroyed.
Oh,
yeah, so that's
yeah,
destroyed. I've had that since forever.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry about this. Yeah, Elder Fire Elemental burns things.
Oh, yeah.
That's the lesson here.
God damn it. I guess I'll just have to get a new one when I reclaim non-cat. But how high in the sky am I with the Phoenix?
You as it's coming, I'm gonna say it went like half its distance up, so you are 60 feet up.
Someone
Currently.
catch me! As I end the spell and just brace for impact.
Okay, as you end the spell, the Phoenix sort of looks down at you, and it's like, "Oh, I know meat things." Like
Wait,
it's
no!
just like yeah, it knows meat things. It's not really interested in meat things. Like it was interested in the ice things. You know,
Like, this is boring now.
Yeah, but meat things are stupid. They don't know how to play right. Like they don't. So you see, you like the Phoenix just sort of like grabs you, sort of like shakes you a little bit, just like and I am going to need you to make me a dexterity saving throw to see if you can actually angle yourself towards the rope trick.
23.
So that you don't. Okay, yeah, no. So you see this, and like as it's shaking you, you manage to like disconnect yourself a little bit and start heading for the rope trick. With the 23, tell me how you managed to very acrobatically utilize this not to die on impact.
So as I'm like kicked off of this Phoenix's talon, at first I am very much not in any trajectory to the rope trick, but you just see as Crow looks into himself once more, just like, so Charles, you know I was done needing your help today? Not so much. And so he connects once more to the heart of the sky. And then as he gathers wind beneath both his hands and feet and push himself towards the rope trick, goes into a ball and kind of like, incoming!
Okay, I am going to need you to
inside.
tell me what aspect of the Heart of the Sky you're using, because it's the second time you've used it today.
Yes.
So what are you, which powers are we using on that?
I am just using its general ability to kind of utilize and guide the wind, to kind of build up wind behind my hands and feet and just push myself off.
Okay. All right. I'll allow it. All right. So you get into the rope trick and you just sort of roll to the back of it and sort of slam into the back. Tell me. As this happens, what is everybody else doing?
I'm getting ready to administer first aid.
Gorf's just doing one of these. Just like, whoa.
I feel like we could have come up with something better than this.
Yes, you probably could have, but it was delightful as it was. And as everybody crawls out of the rope trick, you feel something like a hot coal on your back, Crow.
Come on. What?
As you
Is there
pull
something
it,
on me?
as you pull it free, you realize that it is a talon of the phoenix. That you have just gained your fire drake.
Holy shit.
Awesome. Immediately ties it to his necklace. All right.
Nice.
So you now have your poison drake, your lightning drake, your ice drake, and your fire drake.
That's gonna be a good day.
And you see the council members come rushing up to you. Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God. What happened? What happened? And they explained that they just found the body of the mother that was being impersonated.
We all need medical attention. Gorf needs attention for several concussions. We could all use burn ointments and a lot of sleep.
Concussion.
And bombs are disarmed. Phoenix is freed. I need to sleep for a week.
Yes.
and identify some magic items. But
you hear coming from a large tree above where you are standing. You hear the voice of Diadem. Oh my God, why did you guys steal my fucking phoenix? You're assholes. And Gorf, you absolutely recognize Diadem. For those in the chat, Diadem is in fact a dryad who lives in the mines at Delver's Dream. She lives in the lowest level of the mine, magically preserved. Her trees and her sisters were utilized to cleanse the air of the industrial pollutants. So the trees themselves began to absorb all the minerals and utilize them to grow, making the trunks of the trees look like amber and the leaves were actual emeralds. Diadem herself is made completely of gemstones, a beautiful dryad that is a gemstone dryad with all of her fabulous sorority sisters. And on a previous adventure in Delver's Dream, the heroes awakened the phoenix that is Diadem's mount, the only dryad that can ride her because she is made of gemstones. You see the phoenix circling the area above Diadem. You see Diadem get picked up in their talons very gently and delivered down to the floor. What the hell? Why would you take my baby?
We didn't
why
do
was your
that.
Phoenix in several city-destroying bombs?
What?
Somebody apparently killed your phoenix, took its ashes, and put it in bombs so that they could use it to set off the volcano underground.
No. So Phoenix sometimes likes to just like go ahead and explode sometimes and then reform because it's fun. If you actually talk to Phoenixes, then you understand that this Well, maybe you weren't trying hard enough.
Bird.
What is wrong with you?
Oh.
Multiple concussions.
Gor's just like gonna
Not
sit
doing
down,
well.
and the rope trick is just gonna like dissipate. The people are just gonna fall to 10 feet.
Just
or whatever.
fall out.
There's just a pile of people. It's just like,
It's like, what is going on over here? This is gross. You guys are gross.
Wait, Diadem. Question, just on the table here. Did you know that your phoenix was here the whole time?
No, I couldn't find her.
Why didn't you tell us your phoenix was missing?
Nobody talks to me.
You know what, to be fair, I don't think we came to you last time we went there. to check if
No,
everyone was
you
alright.
didn't, because you're all
Yeah,
rude.
oh, I'm very sorry
above
about that.
table.
Well,
Actually, I think we did, but
But you didn't ask about her phoenix.
no, we didn't. That's true. You can be
No.
mad about
You
that.
didn't.
Fair.
You don't care about her phoenix, and her feelings are hurt.
well,
Or
just throws up.
Sorry,
We have
Diadem.
to-
We'll
we have
make
to
a
get
more
that.
concerted effort to acknowledge you and your phoenix more often. Apologies.
yeah. No, it was crazy, because Corton was the one that came down and took the phoenix ashes.
Wait,
So,
What?
yeah. It was
we have a
Corton.
do we have a changeling at Dover's Dreams?
Oh,
You
Corton's
pieced it
not
together
gonna enjoy
pretty
that.
quick that the same changeling that you fought could very easily have been the changeling
Ah,
that was in
God.
Delver's Dream.
Guys,
They had plenty of time to teleport
Yeah.
everywhere they needed
I'm
to.
gonna take a nap. Okay. All right.
Wait, do not sleep until we get you to the clerics. It's very important.
I'm tired. I'm tired.
Yeah. You are tired.
Wake me up when.
no,
And I'm tired of you. Okay.
we're very sorry, Diadem. We'll make sure to keep better tabs on everything that's going on in the mines and you. I'm very happy that you have your phoenix back. If you would excuse us unless you have anything else that you would like to let us know.
So I'm not even good enough to talk to now.
No, it's not
Whatever.
that. We just have.
You're an
Who
ass.
are you?
I'm
Who the fuck are you?
Who am I?
Stealing your
I'm
phoenix
the
and are
bitch
yelling
on a
at me when we
phoenix.
almost died several times over the past 20 minutes.
I have
Um,
actually died, but we should actually involve her because it was her phoenix, and this is kind of important for her.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. You want to know who I am? I'm the bitch with a phoenix. Okay? That's who I am.
All right. Well, never met you before, Malik. I'd say pleasure to meet you, but neither of us are enjoying this conversation. Let's be honest here. This is going very badly for both of us.
There's a
Fresh
nice
start.
way to
This is
say
Malik.
that.
Malik.
There is. And I will apologize for this later, I'm sure. But
Well, as I was gonna say, thank you for getting my baby back. We're gonna go.
We'll see you later, Diadem. I hope everything in the Hall
Also,
of Industry
Diadem,
is going well, and that
I
you
don't-
and your sisters are having a nice time.
Wow, so the one thing that we asked you to deal with, the
Yeah.
one thing, calm down the halls of industry so they don't keep pouring smoke into our grove, the
Yeah.
one thing you didn't do.
No, we
heard
did
about
that.
how you helped the
we
florist.
actually did do that.
We did
Oh,
that.
did you?
Yeah,
did
we
you?
did.
Before
Yeah.
you stole my phoenix?
We did it. You just said Corton did.
Whatever.
we will explain the
It's like,
Phoenix's ashes were kidnapped by a changeling to try and kill all of us.
You absolutely can see that Diadem
She's
is
not-
now getting upset, not because of anything that happened, but because you have now called her out on the fact that she is not correct.
Yeah.
She's like the queen bitch
Yeah.
of all the dryads, and nobody questions her. So you're sort of shattering her privilege right now, and she doesn't know how to handle it.
See you later, Diadem.
Okay. Well, thank you for that. See, I'm nice. I can say nice things.
All the time.
All right. Well, have a nice day. I hope we will have a more pleasant meeting next time when we are all in a better state.
And I just kind of I look over to Gorf and I see that he is like lulled out. Malik, grab his legs. I'll grab his torso.
Oh yeah, okay.
Who's gonna take this guy? Make way, cleric.
Why is you see the phoenix just start hovering like above Gorf, and you see Diadem. She's like straight up like perched in the talons of this phoenix, just like, and all of the light from the fire of the phoenix is just shining through her. She's just sparkling. She is stunningly beautiful, and she knows it.
Oh my god.
Everyone around her, you just hear, there's just this sort of continual chorus of like, ooh, ah, ooh. It's like the light
bonfire
shifts
behind her, so the light shines through her specifically well.
Yeah, no, she knows how to catch her light. Like, she knows. And you see her just, the phoenix just very gently floats down, and you see that they've got this sort of mental connection that allows them to communicate. And she just reaches her hand out very gently, very gracefully and delicately, and just touches Gorf. And you are given greater restoration to help with whatever ails you.
The several concussions.
Yeah. Yeah, she's like,
the missing patches of fur. The burns. Oh, the burns.
she sees Ithul, and she does recall. Now, she does like Ithul. She likes Gorf and she likes Ithul. She doesn't really like new people who question her. She likes Ithul and she likes Gorf because Gorf helped to get her phoenix. And Ithul, tell me about the fabulous drink that you make her when she comes up to the tavern.
Well, you see, since she's a dryad, I go a little bit out of the way, and I actually go to the florid, and I get some of the nicest herbs and flowers I can, and then I take a basic, strong but simple brew, no real flavor to it, kind of like almost water tasting, and then I just kind of soak the flowers into it for a good little while overnight, and then whenever she comes in, I just pour her a glass.
But,
so I would like to know which flowers you use, because I feel like this is like you are making a rose and hibiscus vodka.
Oh yeah.
For her.
I don't know
I was thinking
anything
some,
about alcohol in real life, but I know there's salt that goes on the edge of glasses, but instead of salt, it's
that's
fresh
that's
mineral.
tequila.
Okay.
Honey,
Yeah, you're
that's
thinking
tequila.
All right.
No, you do not salt the rim of a vodka glass.
Salt the rim of a vodka glass for some
Guys,
salty
disclaimer, I know nothing.
No.
Oh god.
None of that. There is one situation where you do that with a vodka drink that I know of, and that is called a salty dog. It is a greyhound with a salted rim, and it is vodka and grapefruit juice with a little bit of salt on the edge.
Well,
That's
yeah,
the
it's
only
the
thing.
grapefruit. That's
There you
why. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only thing that I've ever seen a salted rim for vodka on. There. So, hey, kids at home, do not salt your vodka. Do not do that. Again, we are not medical professionals, but do not salt your vodka.
No, but Ithul would probably get at least 3 different kinds of roses, like a white rose, a red rose, and one of the blue roses.
Yeah.
And then he'd grab probably, like, he'd want to throw in a fire flower seed, but he'd know that would probably not go over well with her.
Contemplates it, decides against it.
Yeah, so he probably grabs like some basic herbs, kind of like a pinch of mint to throw in there, and maybe a chrysanthemum.
Very nice. So you get this. So it's almost more like a gin. So you create this gorgeous floral drink, and so she loves you for that because she always knows that she can grab that if need be. And for those in chat who don't know, who are wondering who the Florid is that has been mentioned a couple times, the Florid is a beholder that lives at camp that is made completely from flowers. They are very sweet and kind. And instead of like killing people with weird types of damage, they heal people to death, is how they kill their prey. So that's delightful. That's super fun.
And
there's-
turns people into topiaries.
yeah, absolutely.
That's the best
Absolutely.
part.
Sometimes you're a topiary instead of getting turned into a statue. You know, sometimes you are ground up into mulch to feed her gardens. That's fine too. You know, we
He
don't
is literally the
question.
nightmare of a beholder, so it's perfect.
Yeah, she is the nightmare of an undead beholder. There is so yes, she looks over at Malik. She like smiles at both of you and she's like, "Hi guys."
Thank you. Oh,
Yeah, you're welcome.
my
You're
head
welcome.
really hurt. You're great.
And you see her phoenix just sort of like sees you and recognizes you and like gives you a little poke with their beak. They just go boop. They give you a little boop, and it's not too bad. It's not too bad. It's just a little bit, just a little hello, just a little you know, just a little damage,
A wee bit.
just a
Never rolled 20
touch,
muscle
just a
work.
little 12 damage.
Okay.
12,
It's
12
fine.
points of damage.
Just a little 12 that could kill a commoner.
Yeah.
Kill him.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. There
Because
is
that's
absolutely.
the scale. That's the scale
Yeah.
we use.
And she looks
Oh, yeah.
she looks over at Crow and she's like,
Hi.
is that one of my phoenix's talons?
Yes.
Oh, it must like you. Okay. And she sort of like hovers over to you with the phoenix and just touches it very gently. And you see it change from this sort of orange to this bright red. And she just turns it into a perfect ruby talon.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
Fitting.
So I'm sorry, you were saying that your name is Malik.
Yes. I apologize for being rude earlier.
Oh, well, that's good.
A little
'Cause I'll-
frazzled.
I'll kick your ass.
Yeah, he had
Yeah.
he had a big day. It's been a lot. But politeness is free.
Yes.
That's right. Being
Thank you
polite is
so
a free
much.
action.
Thank you so much for healing Gorf. And yeah.
Thank you. That was
You're
my
welcome.
head's no longer.
Okay, well, it's nice to meet all of you, and I guess that I'm gonna go home.
Have a safe
Has-
trip.
Yeah, thank you. And you see, like, there's this wave of heat as the phoenix flaps, and you just watch it, it just streaks across the sky.
I really need to get me one of those.
Yeah, that was really cool.
So
Oh,
how would you
Do
fly
a
on it
round
without
of
being
intro.
turned into like calamari?
Right?
wow, that was
as you
kind of
as you
racist.
are oh wow.
We said
Racist
calamari
Crow.
jokes for the past 5 days.
Unacceptable.
Hey, I'm all for it. I can take a joke.
All right,
The
just called it out.
as
I
you
unironically considering selling calamari at the bar.
oh my god. Oh my god. As you watch the phoenix fly away, you see the entire council appearing before you.
Oh,
Well, that was quite interesting. Was that the phoenix?
Yep.
Yep.
yep, that was the Phoenix.
Well, dear Lord. And as you explain to them sort of what the plan was with the phoenix, they all sort of go pale. And they're like, oh my God. Oh my God.
Yeah,
And
there's a bit of a mess in there. Yeah. Be careful.
you hear You hear them all talking to each other, and you just hear, she must know. She must know about the others too. This can't be a coincidence. We've got to do something about this. And as they're all having...
Other what?
The others?
We have news that apparently Leviathan was used over on the island of Briny Bridge. And now
Oh, God.
Phoenix suddenly appears
was
to
that-
destroy things. Leviathan, as Phoenix is the elder elemental of fire, Leviathan is the elder elemental of water. We thought they weren't even on the plane,
Do we get
which
news?
means
Briny Bridge gone?
Are they okay over there?
apparently, yes, apparently some very interesting things have happened over there. Something about a Shark Week. We're not sure exactly what that is. But
Sharks are
we
dangerous, though.
pardon?
Sharks are dangerous, though.
Yeah, yes. Apparently people were being turned into sharks, and the Leviathan was picking them up and spinning them around into some sort of tornado of sharks. I heard the term Sharknado thrown around several times. And then apparently something happened. Everybody got thrown into the astral realm, and an astral dreadnought suddenly appeared on the beach.
Yep. True story.
Did that
I
happen
feel
to
like
donors?
maybe some details might have gotten a little skewed.
No, that's pretty much exactly what Dan yesterday.
I mean, absolutely,
God.
that can't possibly be true, but that's what we were told.
Absolutely.
Well,
It's full
Even if
malarkey.
it's exaggerated, it's still extremely concerning, and we should
Oh,
be
yeah.
keeping an eye out for the other major elder elementals of air and earth.
Absolutely.
Isn't,
There is,
isn't the air one party?
yeah, you know that in the city of the four elements, that the air genasi section of the city is in fact held up by the elder elemental Tempest, whose heart is known as the heart of the sky, and that is one of the planar touchstones. It is the planar touchstone that Crow has attuned to.
I'm a little concerned. I'm so
So
concerned
that
now.
that is the elder elemental. You know that you have a connection to it, so you know that this one is fine. But
All right.
that means that there's still the earth elemental
Yeah.
to deal with, and you have no idea. There's no news. You haven't heard anything about that. But they
Anybody know
all,
anything about the Earth Elemental?
they all look at you, and they say, "We've heard nothing yet, but news of it can't be far behind these others. If within the same week, two of them were summoned, the other one must have been summoned too. Kilnasi's not stupid enough to give us the time necessary."
Do we have word from anything happening to Duopolis?
Not that I know of yet, but we can send word. Sadly, we don't have... Delvers has managed to connect the vast majority of the continent with teleportation circles, but Duopolis is still out of reach of those. No one has set something up there.
Oh,
So it
Right,
would take us at least a week to get there.
So you mean hunters, right?
Pardon?
You said delvers, you mean hunters?
well,
No,
we have
Delver's
the-
Dream,
yeah,
the city of
have that-
Delver's Dream.
Gotcha, okay.
So
yeah.
what the rest of the continent knows is that the people of Delver's Dream are the ones
Yeah,
that are
yeah.
actually out in the world. So it's Delvers. They know Corton and they know Delver's Dream. That's what
Yeah,
they
no,
know.
that makes sense.
So there is absolutely, there's been no word, at least not yet. But it might make sense to go and check it.
Well, since we have you all here, finally, we can get down to brass tacks, I guess. We came to formally invite you to the war meetings that take place in the war room of Delver's Dream weekly. If you can send a representative there, that would be wonderful. I guess we're going to be heading to Duopolis to see if they're okay.
Well, given that you've just saved us, I feel as though we can negotiate the use of our soldiers.
Perfect.
You see, like, the various council members. So each member of the council is a representative of different species of the animal folk. And some of them are just very, like the Loxodons and the Turtles and the Kenku are all like just yes. And then you see like the mouse folk and like the Tabaxi and some of the Leonin. They're all like, let's negotiate price on this. Let's talk about how much it'll cost to actually utilize our military prowess.
Yeah, we could talk about how much you owe us for saving the entire country. Unless you just want to do a clean trade, I mean that's fine with me.
I'm gonna need a persuasion check from Gorf. You'll have advantage. You'll have advantage for like saving the day.
22!
Okay.
Holy shit!
Finally,
Oh, nice.
finally, Gorf manages a decent roll. Okay,
Does something
All right.
besides
Comes in
strength.
clutch as
It's always
needed.
feast or famine with Gore.
It really is. It really is.
As you say this, it's sort of like you see like several of them just oh dear. There it's yes, look, you brought one of the council members.
Yeah, one of the
That's
council
nice.
members. This is the sad
This is
the sad girl.
oh
That's
my
it.
god, she's not a sad girl, she's a great girl.
But she just has resting sad face. It's
Aw.
yeah. You have resting sad face. This is Dublin.
She's bred like that so that you give her food.
yeah.
So that you
yeah.
feel sorry for her and give her food.
Yeah. That girl.
She knows what that sad face will get her.
My sister isn't here, so she's all sad.
Oh, baby. As you pick up some of the council members and rub their bellies,
Yeah.
they,
Yes.
they listen, and they agree begrudgingly to allow the use of their various forces. For the war effort, you will now have the following. You will have 1 battalion of mousefolk spies, 1 battalion of harefolk messengers, Owlin druids, Leonin fighters, Tabaxi rogues, Minotaur barbarians, Bearfolk barbarians, and Minotaur paladins. You will have Loxodon clerics. You will have Turtle bards. You will have Kenku wizards and Aarakocra archers. These will all be added to the units that you can utilize in your attempt to destroy the Lich Queen Kilnasi. And having gained a ruby talon and the help of a grateful nation, that is where we shall end our session today. Huzzah!
Oh,
Yay! Thank you, everybody, for joining us. I want to thank everybody who followed today. You are awesome. And I want to let everybody know one final time that the first book from the Foundation for Inclusivity in Gaming is coming out tomorrow. It is called A Stormy Wedding, written by our very own Bashir Gals. There is, so if you want to support the Foundation for Inclusivity in Gaming, which is all about decolonizing the TTRPG space by increasing the voice and the presence of creators of color and Alphabet Mafia creators, we would love, love, love for your support. Please feel free to donate. I will eventually get that link right as I am trying to write it in chat. There we go, we did it. You can head over to there to donate. You can purchase this book, which would be supporting a creator of color. And on Saturday, we will actually be playing this one-shot adventure that we created on stream. So tomorrow, the adventure comes out. Go and buy it. On Friday, we will do our next Magnificent Mythology stream with a Ghost of Eli, where we are going to be talking about Hawaiian culture. Very excited about that, and write an actual adventure on stream. And then on Saturday, we will be playing A Stormy Wedding for our Foundation for Inclusivity in Gaming fundraiser. That is going to include a bunch of fabulous people, and we are very excited about that. And everybody please hit !raffle, and you can get some fabulous Phoenix dice. In the meantime, let's do favorite moments, please. Hey, Athul, what was your favorite moment today?
Probably Gorf, losing his chest hair.
Yes.
That's right. Absolutely. That is absolutely the correct answer. There's nothing else interesting happened today.
Oh, that was it.
So that was it. I was just like,
It was fun watching the Phoenix peck an ice drake. But
Lol Drake.
the key was Gorf's chest.
Lol Drake.
Oh.
There is absolutely. It was super fun. Hey, Gorf, what was your favorite moment?
Oh, so many. I love that Diadem made a surprise appearance. It was just like super shitty with Malik, which was so funny. And then Malik was shitty back. Oh, I loved it. I loved it. And I'm just like dozing off and like trying not to make my concussion worse while they're so
Absolutely. Hey, Crow, what was your favorite moment today?
Favorite moment's gonna have to be Malik, like basically getting into like his edge, walking into a room with a bomb and just like tapping, just like, "Hey, yo, buddy, wake up, leave away from the dangerous material and get on out of here."
That was so fabulous. Yes, absolutely. I'm 100% here.
That was great. My favorite is 100% Crow casting the ice breath on themselves and running out of the tunnel to leave the people out.
Like,
And
look at
immediately
me.
getting kidnapped and
Look
having
at
to
me.
figure out how to survive the fall.
Absolutely. That was great.
So
Thank you for following us, then, And now, before we raid into someone fabulous, let's see who wins
All right,
some
let's do
delightful dice.
Drum roll,
Here's
Ooh.
our clothes. Here we go.
Who's it gonna be? Who's
Bramblebush
it gonna be?
Bugs.
Bramblebush! Now, because you are a player here, you may either choose to keep the dice or you may choose to give it to somebody in the audience. What would you like to do?
Let's pitch it to the audience. Let's get another roll.
All right,
Let's
we'll
get
roll
another
it.
Oh, fabulous. Let's see who else is gonna get it.
Cotton
Cotton
Candy
Candy
Unicorn.
You just want some fabulous Phoenix dice. Hey! Please send me a little whisper here on Twitch, and we'll connect on Discord, and I will get you some fabulous dice. Yay! And now we are going to go raid into Mendari, who is
Let's
another
do
member
it.
of our fabulous Rolling Together stream team. When we raid into somebody, we always let them know what we're bringing to the potluck. Personally, I'm going to bring a bitchy dryad. What are you going to bring?
I'm gonna bring coagulating ashes. I think that's gonna really make a nice spice.
Absolutely it is. Yes, that's 100% true. Yes.
I'm gonna bring bare chest hair.
Just a bushel of it. A
Yeah.
bushel of
I'm going
bare
to
chest
bring-
hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to bring a worrying amount of magnesium.
That's what I was gonna bring.
So much. I mean, there's enough that both of you will need to carry it.
yeah, there's,
So
that's
why
what
the
makes it
amount is
worrying.
worrying.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone. Mwah.
All right, bye everybody.
Later, all.
See ya.